Uh, so, tr- buddy. Um, 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 uh, I put it frying oil pot in the box. Note that the local version, barely gonna be able to read something. Extrinsic distinction is not exclusive, and that a property can be held by held both intrinsically and extrinsically by the same individual at the same time. Yeah, I don't know why I have so much issue with this part right here. So the intrinsic, no, like specific part. This one, intrinsically. I understand extrinsic locally, so local versus intrinsic, both intrinsically at the same time. I guess that's what I gotta look up because it's a bit pointless if it's just I don't understand anything. Okay. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Back to some blowout. 1, 2, 3. There you go. No, I mean too loud. Um, I don't even know how to fix this. Obviously, it's broken. Outline, import. I just don't understand why this side is full screen. Huh. I wish I could minimize. Minimize. Okay. Where is it? What he had. Um. Explain this now. Oh, keyboard fine. Well, yeah, I don't even think tomorrow gonna be work. Hell, I can control the weather, buddy. What? Alright, slow American Creed, because this statement is generally confusing if you read it too fast. In the local version of the extrinsic slash extrinsic distinction, intrinsic and extrinsic are not labels for properties, full stop. They're labels for a way a property is had in a specific situation. So the same property can be, in one respect, why is, oh, on respect, the other respect by the same thing. Um, Not exclusive. So local version this is crucial. The local, they get more than there. A local distinction asks, given a particular object in a particular circumstance, is the property instantiated intrinsically or extrinsically here? Then is this property intrinsically or extrinsically? Okay, this is explicitly discussed. Property, cubicle, the next consider A is cubicle. Next, if property the same way. Local one had before the individual might feel paradoxical if a property is extrinsic can be intrinsic vice versa. The rule applies to global intrinsic local if we reject this property can be locally intrinsic 1%. I'm confused. So, let's say we have a mother who's only a mother because of her relation with her kids. This is purely extrinsic. So surely there's no way of categorizing this as locally intrinsic. Would it be locally extrinsic, or like in the realm of local versions? Like, if that's the case, let's. Who's this? I'm comfortable. Go with Jillian down there. But never mind. I'm being rude. Wait. Let me see. I got a question. Do you know what it means for something to be locally intrinsic but also extrinsic at the same time? I'm gonna put on ear mode. No, I can't hear you. I'm trying my best. I thought I would. It's okay. It's- still can't hear you, but it's okay. I'm gonna keep reading to myself. Um, well, I don't really understand. Oh. So the same property could be. Well, you're not being rude. You're being the right thing. First, mother example. A mother. Your mother's relational property is essential without the key you're asking. Is there any way? No. Let's say that every property has can be locally treated. You say some properties can be saturated both digitally depending on which part of the property they work. Other some properties don't qualify. So as locally intrinsic is usually the same thing. The only happens. I still can't hear you. What's the button for push to
Can you
talk?
hear me now?
I can. Is this push to talk?
For push to talk.
I'll take. Whoa! I'll change that. My bag. Oh, there you go. No longer push to talk, but the background's gonna be super noisy.
My background is noisy?
No, mine. Wait, I've spoken to you before. Wait.
You have?
Never mind. It was someone else. Who also has the LGBTQIA plus role. Oh. Which side? Wait, do you understand what it means for something to be locally intrinsic and extrinsic at the same time?
No.
Neither do I.
Who said it?
It's in this book called. This is part of the. I'll show you the screenshot. It's in side chat.
I don't see it. Wait, never mind.
Where is this? It's also here. Know that local version of intrinsic extinction is not exclusive. That a property can be had both intrinsically and extrinsically by the same individual at the same time. I don't understand that. I'm just scrolling up. And
What are you reading?
it's called the Handbook of Properties. This is called the intrinsic / extrinsic distinction. It's pretty cool. Morse told me to read. Morse said I'll be OP, like overpowered, if I read this book. So you know what? I'm putting in elbow grease I want to be overpowered. That'd be crazy. This is jargon. I don't know. I don't know if I'm finding this. The notion characterized by intuitive definition at the beginning is usually called global version. From what I understand,
I think I could
You
give you an
do?
example. I think I could give you an example. Like
Give me.
like let's say we have a red apple. You would
okay.
think like it's intrinsic to being an apple that it's red or that specific apple, but also it's light waves propagating off the apple. So technically it's not a part of the apple. It's just reflecting off the apple. So it's also extrinsic.
Mmm.
I think
So-
that's what it's saying. Like or like for instance, if an object is either made of tin or married, the property is technically extrinsic, but a piece of tin possesses this property in an intrinsic, non-relational way. Yeah.
Wait. Listen, you see all these drawings? It's just me. Like I don't understand sentences. Are you saying like colors depend on the person observing the colors? That's what I'm getting.
Well, yeah, of course, colors depend on the person observing it. Like, I mean, I'm colorblind, right?
You
I see
are?
colors differently. Yeah.
Like, is the world all gray to you? Like,
No, it's not that bad.
do you know those Logan Paul sunglasses? Like, did you try those?
I never got glasses for it. I don't care too much.
Okay. So, what do you mean by light rays? Light rays have colors?
Well, actually, here, I can draw real quick.
Draw. Let me see that drawing. Okay.
Yeah, wait, where did that one drawing go that I was working on?
Oh, you're an artist. I think I've seen you draw before.
No.
Because-
I'll show you. I was working on explaining some math to some people.
Let me see. Oh, those are some crisp lines. You definitely draw. I see it. Okay. Warp hole. Is that what I'm seeing? I'm trying to be smart here. These macarons. Elliptic 0 plus 0. I don't know math, so I'm struggling here. I tell you, drawing out what you want it to be is like the best way to learn. I'm telling you, man. If you can draw it, you know it. That's the rule of thumb. Your mic cut off, or you're just not talking. It's fine.
I hate this little push to talk.
Wait, rejoin. It should be fixed, by the way.
Nope. Still.
Oh! It's called priority speed. Let's try that one.
Wait, actually, no, it is off. Okay.
Oh, okay.
How do I? Can I edit?
Wait,
File.
did you draw it? You
Okay.
didn't draw it. You
There
scammed
we
me.
go. I didn't draw what?
You said you're gonna explain this because
Yeah, that's what I was going to.
Oh.
I was just opening this up so I can. Let's say we have a red app. This is horrible. So, and there's a few ways we can interpret this, right? Where's my mouse? Okay. There's a few ways we can interpret this, right? So, let's say we have. So first off, we have light waves. We have a light wave spectrum, and it gets, basically this. So, you know what a hertz is?
it relates to sound, right?
It can. But it's just basically how many waves we have in a second, right? So we have a lambda, which is height. I forget what the length is. But it's
I
just-
think I know. Like colors have wavelengths, right?
Yeah, colors have wavelength. So we have like this very small thing where technically there's supposed to be a bunch of tiny waves right here, right? But light is just waves, right?
By the way, I can't see your screen, so I'm just listening.
oops, that is my bad.
It's okay.
Sorry. So this, it's really poor, but
I mean,
so basically we have light waves of all different colors hitting the apple, and it's either gonna get reflected off. So we have an observer
okay, okay.
where the light waves reflect off and hit his eyes, or let's say like yellow, for example, that light wave is going to go into the apple. So what basically happens, like a red object, what it's doing is it's reflecting all the red light waves. That's why we perceive the object as red. So it would seem to be that the redness is intrinsic to it because we see it as red, right?
Yeah.
But what actually is happening is it's extrinsic to it because it's everything that's getting reflected off.
I see. But why isn't everything red then? Stupid question. Just why isn't everything red then?
Yeah, because like different materials like bring in different colors.
So you're saying basically there must be some internal structure that let it be that there is gonna like allow the capacity for certain colors because of the material of the apple.
Yeah. Whatever the object is, it'll depend on that object's composition as to whether, or as to what colors it's gonna, let in.
Okay, okay, I understand. So
Yeah.
an apple gets an apple light waves comes in specific waves. These waves can be reflected back into the observer's eyes like you drew.
Yeah, so technically a red apple is everything but red because red is what's getting reflected.
Okay, because the apple is only relational to the lights, basically. Okay. Okay, so it's extrinsic in a sense.
Yeah. Both intrinsic and extrinsic.
But wouldn't it be locally intrinsic?
Yeah. It'd be both locally intrinsic and extrinsic.
How? Dude,
Oh, did I?
I'm sorry. You explained it. I'm just stupid. I'm sorry. Okay.
Yeah, no, that's okay. So here, I'll zoom in again.
Okay.
Right. So it seems to be the case that this apple is red, right?
Okay.
That's what it is, right?
Yes.
But when we look at the waves behind it, what it technically is it's an extrinsic property because it's what's getting reflected off, not internally.
So it's red because. Wait, wait. I thought it was red because it had some sort of material. It's made up of material that can reflect certain waves of light.
Yeah. So whatever the apple is made of, it's what it's made of is reflecting this red light wave.
Well, wouldn't color not only outside of the I'm not debating you. I'm just asking stupid questions. Wouldn't like color be
yeah,
extrinsic relational are extrinsic to all objects since like
And yeah, so it's both intrinsic and extrinsic.
okay, what makes it? I understand why it's extrinsic. What makes it intrinsic?
What makes it here? Hold on. Why is this pink? What
Right.
red?
You should use Oklar or Krita.
Yeah. Why is it pink? I guess I can just. It's like opaque. Maybe that fix it.
I think it's the opacity that's lower.
No, it's at 100.
Oh,
Oh, is that? There we go. No, sorry, not V. What I mean to say. I think. Sorry, this is just like. That's how you find this math behind it. But sorry, what were you saying?
no, I was like, what? Okay, I understand it's extrinsic in the sense because it's relational, but what makes it intrinsic? Maybe you're gonna say the material of it allows the reflection or certain light waves to change.
But yeah,
how
we
it looks.
observe it as a red apple, so we would define it as such. And essence is just what the thing is defined as, right?
I mean, I disagree.
You disagree on essence?
I mean, it depend. It doesn't need to depend on like the modal categorization that you go by. Like, if you just go by explanatory categorization for essential properties, then it just depends on the fundamental features of that thing that it has the greatest explanatory power.
Okay.
Like,
Yeah.
no, I'm just saying a
I
lot
mean,
of babble. No worries. But okay, understand. Red apple. Okay,
yeah. It just seems to be both.
okay. Yeah, but if does it require an observer though?
Uh, would this one require a zipper? I mean, technically not. No.
No. Okay. So wait.
Because
So
it's still the fact that the apple has redness, like it possesses redness, right?
why?
I mean, because we look at it and it's red, so it possesses redness.
But
Um,
I mean, let's say we have an ideal observer or like a god of some sorts who knows all the facts, and then he looks at the apple and he says, "You know what? This apple isn't actually red. It's just the light waves, bouncing off of it, etc. At this certain frequency. Blah blah blah."
it still has redness in the way in
Why?
which we view, because we view it as red.
But it wouldn't
We
that just
view it
be
as such.
intuition? Would that just be intuition, or am I going crazy? I don't know.
Not intuition. That's the not the.
Oh, oh,
I
oh, wrong
mean,
one. More like, let's say you had would dogs would the apple be red? Would it be okay? Let's say we had a world of just people like you. Oh, that sounds bad or racist or discriminatory. But let's say there's colorblind people, right? I don't know much
yeah.
about colorblind people, and all y'all see is gray. Well, you don't see only gray, and
Okay.
you had all these people would just say, "Man, this apple is gray." Would the apple just have the intrinsicness of being gray? I'm confused.
Would it have the intrinsicness of being gray? No, because that's not the actual light that's getting
Oh,
reflected.
okay. Okay, let's say we had. Oh, well, okay. Then that's solved my. Because I was gonna ask about dogs. Because I heard dogs see yellow. Okay. Wait, if it depends on the light ray being yellow. Sorry, red. Then what about the apple? What does the apple? What about the redness of the apple? I'm confused.
Yeah, so wait, I think there may be another way I can explain it. So there's something called an anthocyan in an apple, right?
Okay.
I'll spell that out. Anthocyan. So I think is it with an I or an just A-N? I don't know.
It's okay.
I'm gonna just say it's this. I think it's this, but I could be totally wrong. But it's in an apple, right? And this is what gives it the redness. So it's a part redness, right?
Okay.
So it's a part of the biological makeup of the apple, right? These anthocyanins is a part of the biological makeup, right?
Mhm.
So it would be a part of the apple, right?
Okay.
So this was where we would view it as intrinsic.
But that's
Because
I
of
don't.
these anthocyanins.
Wait. So if okay, I'm gonna ask you a more dumb question. But if colors come from light waves moving in different hertz, or that's then how could anthocyanins? I don't really know what that is. Like some a property of the apple, right? Essential to it, or just intrinsic. Um, does this property have its own wavelengths? I'm confused.
What do you mean? Does this property have its own wavelength?
Like, does anthocyanins have
Oh,
does
anthocyanins are just like no. That's not. Anthocyanins aren't like a What am I trying to say? Anthocyanins isn't like a wavelength. It's a pigment.
okay, but to have pigment, don't you need like wavelengths?
No. Um. Here, I'll give you like a better definition. So anthocyanins are water soluble flavonoid pigment found in plants responsible for
Okay.
red, purple, and blue colors in fruits and vegetables. Actually, so here, let's see. So no, here. Yeah. Can I actually copy an image into this?
I don't know.
That would be helpful. Oh yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
So these are what anthocyanins are.
Okay.
There, if I can make this larger, so
It should
this
just.
is getting huge. Okay, so now, let me zoom in. How do I move this?
Probably this select button or some like the I don't know.
I'll control Z right now, cancel. How do I? Oh, whoa.
Try to carry the. I think I don't know. I don't know. Maybe. Oh, you already fixed it. There you go. Oh,
Yeah, I
you
just deleted it.
see that?
Okay, and then let me control V and move it like right here.
All right.
So that's what an antho sign is. Actually,
You
I'll move it down here.
You did spell it correct. That's pretty cool. Except one
No,
N.
there's an N. Yeah.
It's okay. And- So
But
are
yeah.
anthocyanins color wavelengths?
No. They're actual like you can see the actual chemical bonds.
So chemical bonds can produce color.
No. These chemical bonds are what like absorb color.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So the property of redness is we would say a pigment is a property of redness in a way, because it's what absorbs the light.
Yes.
Um, So we'd say since this biological thing is the makeup of the apple, it's intrinsic to the apple.
Okay. I think okay. Actually, that makes a lot of sense because it explains why the author was like not certain things are activated by certain properties, or else it'd be arbitrary. Like let's say it just anything absorbs a certain. I don't know. I'm too dumb to explain this. Give me a second. Arbitrary individuals, but individuals who are wholly distinct from. Never mind. I'm not onto anything. So does the object need to have some sort of internal structure that allows for it to be activated in such a way to produce redness? So if you don't, oh, okay.
Where did my pencil go?
And I guess this is what you call the intrinsic part.
Yeah. So the anthocyan would be part of the intrinsic part, and the fact that the light waves are actually being reflected is the extrinsic part.
Okay.
But I mean, technically, it can be argued just depending on your interpretation of extrinsic, intrinsic. So,
Okay.
but this is just like a base.
I guess. Okay, I understand. I guess because I was using the other example, which is like, what if you have a woman or a woman and she's a mother because she's in relation to her children. That's why she's a mother. But I've been told by AI like this is purely relational and it cannot be locally intrinsic. But if I'm listening to what you're saying, the object, the apple, is locally intrinsic because it has the internal structure necessary to like capture the extrinsic things, or at least exercise them. I'm gonna use simple words because I'm not understanding the big words I'm using.
Where did my pencil go?
You have a drawing pencil?
Where did my pencil go?
Wait, you have a drawing pencil?
Oh, you mean like a? Oh, no. Like
Oh.
you mean like a ThinkPad kind of thing, or not?
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Oh, you're talking about a regular pencil.
Yeah.
I got a drawing pencil just to flex on you, okay?
I can tell by the way you're drawing.
So I'm guessing you.
I was like-
Have you drawn before? I swear to God, you probably have drawn before digitally.
Yeah. No. This is horrible, bro.
What do you mean? So you use your mouse for all of this?
Yeah, this is
Oh my God, that's terrible. Doesn't your hand hurt or cramp? Isn't it hard to like coordinate? Like, what do you mean you use your mouse to draw all of this?
It's difficult.
Of course, it's gonna be difficult with your mouse. So you drew that
Yeah.
apple with your mouse too. You drew the wavelets with your mouse. The warp hole is with your mouse.
All of this. But technically, this is just math. But yeah, all of this is with my mouse.
Okay, okay. And do you draw stuff to understand better, or do you just draw it because it looks cool?
I was doing this. I was talking to somebody and I was trying to explain a few concepts.
Okay, okay.
But it's also for me to understand better. Like I would say like I was working on I think I was working on degrees of freedom. I was just working like when you put a quadratic equation into the third dimension,
Whoa, slow down. What's a quadratic equation?
you know, like x squared.
Oh yeah, I do know that.
Yeah, that's quadratic. So
I'm
when you put a
20.
quadratic into the third dimension, you need
Okay.
to first you need to add a z-axis. So first you need to add a z-axis, and then set bounds for the z-axis, or you could do infinite, I guess, technically. But then another thing is you need to add another function. So, but there's multiple ways you could include the function. I included it with the z-axis, and within the x-axis. But I mean, you could do it within the y-axis, within the x and y. I mean, there's a bunch of ways. This is just, but you have to include limits when adding it. But yeah, this is how you create that second function to give it width.
Man, just looking at this makes me want to commit suicide.
Nah.
Like, do you
Wait,
have
I
like,
can-
oh,
Sorry.
how do you draw? Okay, let's say I say X, bro. I don't know enough. I'm embarrassed. Wait, you were talking about. Wait, why is No, my memory is bad. Cause up. No, this looks cool. No, I don't have any questions because I don't know about this. So I. um. M equal P, X.
Hmm?
I'm looking at these stuff, man. Is this a warp hole? I'm confused.
Is what a warp hole.
The long tube thing with the lines going.
Oh, this? Yeah, it was more speaking about Einstein's Rosenbridge theory. But yeah.
Yeah, yeah, Einstein. Yeah, so it's like science stuff.
Oh yeah.
I mean, what you doing? I don't want to be rude, but like, how did you find yourself in philosophy if you're doing all this math? Well, well, you could be you do phil and math, but it's fine. Like, what
Yeah, I do both.
what interests you in philosophy if you know about this math stuff?
Theology.
Theology. I mean, that's even like, I mean, I don't even think most theologians probably there's probably some math people in there, but wouldn't that disprove God and all that stuff? I don't,
Well, I'm an agnostic.
oh, okay. So wait. So you debate theology or read about it, but you're agnostic.
Hmm.
Why?
I just don't think like I guess that's more of an epistemic thing. It's like I just don't think it's I don't think I can be 100% certain that God exists or doesn't.
Oh, okay. That I see. But what do you read about?
I can tell you the books I have to my right.
Sorry
Like,
if
I
you
have a
said
bunch
that.
of books in my room, but
You
like-
buy books?
yeah.
Okay, that's pretty cool. But isn't it?
Like- I have two versions of the Bible, the Quran, Introduction to St. Thomas Aquinas, Thomas Aquinas Selected Writings, the God Argument, The Case for Faith, Critique of Pure Reason, the Metaphysics, General Relativity, Instant Physics, Astrophysics, Quantum
Holy.
Physics,
Holy
Universe from Nothing, Why the Universe Exists, the Book of Why.
man, quantum physics. That's the big word. That's the smart.
That's the
That's
smart
the-
word. It's not too bad.
Oh wait, I swear to God, I heard an atheist book in there. I can't remember.
Yeah, the God Argument, The Case Against Religion and for Humanism.
Is uh, is that by Richard? Just kidding. I don't know.
A.C. Graving.
And okay, okay. So you have the Bible, the Quran, and you also read like you are a true like agnostic. You're not holding to a side. But oh, no,
Yeah.
no. But I'm still confused. How do you like read about maybe quantum physics, physics, and math and all that stuff, and still
Love
be
it.
agnostic?
Oh. Well, I mean, it doesn't necessarily disprove it.
Really?
I'd say for the most part, they're mutually exclusive.
I see. What would like this is gonna be a dumb question, but wouldn't like physics and all that stuff say everything is material from what I know. So
It's assumed to be,
mhm,
but like it doesn't necessarily say the immaterial can exist.
it can't exist. Okay.
We just assume it to be because that's all we can comprehend and understand.
But there's no way to prove like the like evidence that immaterial. Is there ways to prove that? I don't know.
No, there's no methodology because we exist within the material. There's no methodology to prove the immaterial.
Oh, so you wouldn't have a, oh, that's explain like if someone said souls exist, you would like what would you say?
Well, I mean, I would just ask for the methodology to assume the immaterial exists. Also, immaterial is weird, right? Because like it's just speaking about it apophatically, right? So like I'll give you an example. Like let's say I told you
Apophatically.
apophatic just means speaking about something in its negation or defining
Okay.
something through negation. So like if I said do you know what a lassie is?
No, I don't.
Okay, well, it's not red. Do you know what it is now?
I have no wait, I just know it's not red. I don't know what it
Yeah,
is.
exactly. You don't know what it is. That's the same thing with immaterial. All you're telling me is it's not material. I still have no. What the hell is this? You're just telling me it's not material. That tells me nothing, you know. So it's like stuff like this. Like, also, I think saying immaterial exists is silly because of that. Also, I think existence requires spatio-temporal relations. It's like to be within time and space, because like, if it doesn't exist within time, it never existed, which would be true of its ontology. But at the same time, it seems kind of weird. It's like never existed. So does it even exist? Like, because all language uses time, right? So it seems to be the case when we express something exists, we're expressing something within spatio-temporal relations, right?
Hmm.
So it seems to be the case that things require time and space. At least that's my view. I need to work on an argument for it. But that's my view on it.
I
But
mean,
I used
yeah,
to
you
draw
can.
like this. I have like this little notebook right here where I drew a bit.
Did you draw your profile picture?
No, I need to
Okay.
find the artist who drew it. Actually, I'm gonna find that real quick.
I mean, I mean, considering that I'm gonna just use some of my like doo-doo knowledge. Do you hold like Hume's, like when Hume? I read this one like part like 120 like word thing was like Hume said laws of physics and all that stuff um just exist because they reflect what is like expected when you have like a collection of different right. I swear to God, man, I can't explain this without. I'll draw something and it's,
Yeah,
you
you're
know
gonna have to.
you know what an onion frame is?
Do I know what a what is?
An onion frame for animation.
Onion. No.
It's like you have different pages. So page one, page two, and then you put them all together and you start creating like animate, moving.
Oh,
Like
okay. Yeah.
so when from what I know, like let's say all things must fall or go up. I don't know. I don't know much about gravity.
Yeah.
And in every frame, all the time, keeps just things just keep falling down. So he seems to follow this pattern, and it's
Hmm.
like, from what I read, it says like Hume says these patterns are like equal some sort of law. Like, let's say gravity. I'm just summing up what this is a shitty definition of gravity. I misspelled that. Like, okay, with this in mind. Wait, do you hold to Hume's like whole thingy or not?
Hume's whole thingy of what?
Man, I'm gonna look for that book. I'm embarrassed myself. Give me a second. What's that book called? What is that book called? Never mind. It was from ChatGPT. I'm gonna ask ChatGPT again, cause do you know when Hume says that like laws come from patterns in
Laws come from patterns.
yeah.
Um. Well, I mean, me personally, I have a problem with like saying, yeah, like, okay. Um, I don't think theoretical laws like okay, I think it's abductive to say this law is true, not deductive. So like we can abductively say like we have more reason to believe that it's true, but we're like not certain on it.
Okay, okay. Wait, what do you think about holomorphic dualism?
I'm reading up on it a bit actually. I need to write that down in my notebook because I wanted to read a bit more on it. I have the Metaphysics actually by Aristotle, so I could find it real quick. Let's see where he talks about it. But I think it's it doesn't necessarily posit like I'm a monistic morphic. Like I agree with monistic hylomorphism. Um, where is where does Aristotle argue? But I don't know like a lot of theories of that kind of stuff, right? So wait, physics book 1 and metaphysics. But like I don't know a bunch to say like, oh, this one's definitely true or whatever. Book Zeta and Eta. Okay. And some in Lambda. Let's go to Zeta. 165. What's epsilon? And Zeta 8? I don't know, I need to read book Zeta, I guess. Seems like a pretty short read. Hmm? How long does it take me? I mean, it depends. Like, there was this one book series I'd read. It has 11 books, and each book has an average of 800 pages. I'd read a book like every 2 or 3 days.
What are you guys reading?
Yeah, the whole book. I don't know. He's reading about like extrinsic, intrinsic properties. I guess just properties in general.
Properties? Okay.
I was explaining how like an apple could have both extrinsic and intrinsic properties. Or sorry, a property of an apple could be both extrinsic and intrinsic.
I don't know what extrinsic means. I'm just gonna assume it's the opposite of intrinsic.
Yeah.
Okay. That makes sense. How do you determine whether or not a property is ex or intrinsic?
Extrinsic is just not a part of the essential nature.
Yeah,
Intrinsic
but how do you
is.
determine the nature of an like an
Yeah,
object, I guess?
that's an issue. It's like for the apple, for example, it's kind of weird because like technically, an apple is absorbing every color but red. So we would think red would be an extrinsic property, right? Because it's reflecting off to our eyes, right? But it could also be the case. There's something inside an apple called an anthocyan, anthocyanine, I think. It's basically, I think apples have this one right here.
Wait, let me
and
put
what
your screen share.
okay,
yeah.
So apples have this one right here, right?
Yeah.
So it's this chemical makeup, right? So this chemical makeup is what gives the apple its redness, right?
Okay, yeah,
With the
pigment.
light.
Yeah.
Yeah, the pigment's what gives it the redness, right? So we could say since this pigment is biologically a part of the apple, it's what makes the apple the apple. We could also say the redness is intrinsic. It's like it would be both
Yeah,
intrinsic
but
and extrinsic.
when we're talking about apples, is it specifically a red apple or a green apple, or is it all kinds
Yeah,
of
we're
apples?
just talking about like specifically a red apple.
Oh, okay. Because when I hear apple, I don't see why. I mean, because I feel like the nature of a red and a green apple would just be the same because they're both apples. They're just like categorized different.
No, I would
Because
say
the
the
only thing different about
nomenclature.
them, the only thing different about them would be like the taste and color.
Yeah,
right?
it's a well, no, it's nomenclature too. It's like we're categorizing them with color too. It's a part of nomenclature, and we know nomenclature is like how we do definitions.
Oh,
It's
okay.
like would you say if I get a green apple, they both have the exact same properties?
I mean, I guess the color would be considered a property.
Yeah.
It just
Yeah,
well, I guess some views don't count color as a property.
yeah. It would depend on the view.
Yeah.
That more looks like a pear, but close enough.
Victim, what's your favorite food? Ah, he's on mute.
I was like trying to explain some math yesterday.
Ah, what type of math?
Are you still looking at my screen or now?
Yeah, I am.
Oh, you are.
Mhm.
Like a bunch. Like
Looks
uh,
like I see algebra.
what? Yeah, I
See
started with
geometry.
Euclidean geometry, and then
Okay.
non-conformal Euclid's geometry. And then these like axioms of math. Oh dang, that was like a perfectly straight line. And then I started talking about like if you pull a quadratic into the third dimension, like what kind of additions are necessary to say this quadratic can actually exist in the third dimension, and it's just including a second function, which it is defined as the limit of the first function, in sense of like to give it width, right? So we have width right here. So we add another function. We also we add a z and define some limit for it, whatever that may be. Because like if we have a perfectly 2D object in the 3D world, its z-axis would be 0, which obviously is an issue. We can't have it existing as 0, right? So we have to add another dimension, so it'll work.
Ah,
So like that's the issue with like, have you ever heard of string theory, including
yeah.
well, there's string theory, then there's M theory. String theory posits 10 dimensions, M theory is just a composite of all posits 11. The issue with this being, if we as 3D beings exist in something which has this many dimensions, we wouldn't have enough degrees of freedom, is what it's called. So these degrees of freedom, which is what I was speaking about earlier, how this 0 doesn't work. We would be spatially extended 0 on all of these extra 7 or 8 dimensions. So that's like the issue with string theory, being that, yeah.
Oh, gotta tell Einstein that.
And I don't know, string theory wasn't out during Einstein. That was like 1990s or something.
When was string theory
I
released?
think it was 1990s.
What are the opposing theories?
Theory. Well, hold on. When was
And
string
this
theory
is what is
proposed?
this? Isn't
1968.
this is just math or physics or what? String theory.
Physics. Well, string theory is a lot. Math, physics. Wait, this is not it. This is the old one. Yeah. String theory is a lot. But yeah, then I was explaining Boolean algebra over here. And then Flo was going on something about Rosenbridge theory.
Oh yeah, he spoke about that yesterday.
Yeah. It's a little weird So he's kind of just like using Rosenbridge theory as an analogy. It's a little weird though, but I guess I see where he's coming from.
Yeah, he likes to say he has an unconventional way of thinking. So yeah, that's gonna be the case.
Yeah.
Wait, do you guys eat apples?
Did I eat an apple?
Yeah, do you eat apples?
I don't.
Oh no! Do you know apples actually aren't even that good for you?
I'm glad because I don't eat them.
Yeah, because apples, the fiber, since we can't digest it, it clears out our guts or whatever it's called, but it doesn't clear it out in a good way. Like, because we shouldn't really be eating things that we can't digest.
Mhm.
So it's just really a lot of nothing. At least the skin of it, right?
Okay, that makes sense. I don't eat them, so
I used to eat a lot, and then I used to eat a lot of fruit. I don't remember why I stopped. Do you eat fruit?
nope.
Oh, why not, bruh?
I don't like it.
Boy.
I don't know, but I'm perfectly healthy, so
You
apparently
don't
I'm doing
like
something
banana?
right. No, I used to
What
though. I used to love
Oh,
bananas.
what about grapes?
No, I don't think I ever liked grapes. I
Oh,
wish though, they look so good.
hmm. What else? Do you like orange juice?
Yes, I love orange juice.
Do you like oranges?
Uh, no, because I don't like the texture.
Oh, the texture, huh? I don't like
Yeah.
the strings.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
get. I hate
yeah.
strings. That's why I don't eat string beans. Because the strings, right?
I eat a bunch of beans though.
Beans and toast. Beans and toast.
Yeah, not that though.
What was the other theory that posited 11 dimensions?
That's M theory. String theory
M?
posits
Like
10.
M?
Yeah,
Is it a
M
letter?
theory. Yeah,
Okay.
just letter. M theory is just the gonna. M, M theory is just like M theory is just like the composite of the string theories.
How does it determine what's inside of these dimensions, if they do at all?
Well, no, it's basically saying the math required for string theory needs all these dimensions
Oh, okay.
for it to actually function. We need these dimensions. It's really cool. I'd recommend looking into it. I mean, obviously, if you want to. At least I thought it was cool. But
I mean, I wouldn't mind.
yeah.
Ah,
I could also go back to my notes of string theory and M theory and probably explain it better.
so what's the point of like learning string theory? Like, what does it do? Like, what's
I
the
just thought
knowledge of it?
I mean, I thought it was cool. But I mean, are you asking what string theory is meant for? Or just why
Yeah,
I
like,
learned
what's the
string
point
theory?
of it? What's like the point
Oh,
of string theory existing?
like we have an issue with combining gravity and yeah, gravity in our super standard particle model.
Okay.
So string theory is one of those aids to it. It also it's just trying to explain how matter behaves at a potentially even smaller scale than like quarks, for example.
Oh, that's why it's a theory, right? Because we can't
Yeah,
actually
yeah.
determine.
It's probably going to stay a theory. I say probably, but I mean I have no clue how good math science is going to get.
I mean, there's got to be something fundamental, like like super. Like, there's
That's
no
just
way it just
brute.
goes on infinitely. Yeah, there's no way we can just. There's an infinite amount of things before quarks, right? Because if we can determine one thing, I feel like if it was infinite, I don't know. I just don't think it could be infinite. There has to be some sort of starting point.
Yeah. Um Yeah. I yeah. No, I do agree with that.
Because if it's infinite, then like, what's the like? How do we even notice it? Like, if it were to be some sort of infinite chain, how do we even
Well,
see
it's just
like?
how does something get infinitely small? Really, it's
Yeah,
not
like that.
possible.
I don't think that's like.
Because like if we're
I don't think
saying
infinitely
infinite,
and
we have to use
small.
we'd have to use like a limit notation, which means
Yeah.
we'd get to the point where something is spatially extended, not. So like its dimensions would be 0, 0, 0, which obviously obviously can exist.
Mhm. Yeah. Hmm. I wonder when that new fundamental particle will come out.
Yeah.
Quark. So why'd they name it quark?
Actually, there is a reason behind it. Oh my god, I totally forgot. But I'm pretty sure there's a cool reason behind it.
Oh, that's nice.
I think. Inspired by a whimsical phrase in James Joyce's novel "Three Corks for Muster Mark."
Oh, because it's yeah. I
Gentleman
remember
chose the
seeing
way
the
because
diagram with three of those things. So that makes sense.
yeah. Okay, yeah, yeah. So there was a pretty funny reason to it. It's just from a book.
Ah, I wonder, do people that discover it get to name it? Do they get to like vote on a name? Because there's no way one person discovered.
Um, uh, it just depends. Some in some cases, one person does find it.
I feel like that's really rare though.
Well, it depends what time it was, because like back then it was like really just a one man job, but now like if you discover something, it's like a whole team, so they don't really credit one
Yeah.
person.
But quarks are recent. That's why I was wondering.
Yeah, they credit like
I
laboratories.
think it's like
now.
one of the pioneers gets to name it.
I wonder how they maybe the lead like the lead person names it.
Yeah,
Oh, I'm frozen.
It just depends on how the laboratory wants to do it. Maybe
Yeah.
they already knew what they're looking for, so they were all like, "Yeah, we're gonna name it this when we find it."
Well, how would they know what they're looking for already?
Like in theory, like string theory, like we posit string theory, then we're like, okay, let's look for it. Let's try to find it.
Huh. Oh my goodness.
There's a lot of people in here, but not a lot of talking.
Yeah, that's how it be in these type of VCs.
Oh, he's playing Geometry Dash too.
I need to get a new mic stand. Oh my goodness.
What are you screen sharing, Betty?
What?
What are you screen sharing?
Solo leveling Arise.
Okay, I can't see it because it's not loading for some reason.
Ah. Hello, Imperium. Son.
Oh, another person joined.
Yeah, that's Imperium right
Oh.
there.
That was the guy who's like, "You're gonna get banned" in a server he's a member of.
Oh
right.
wait, wait, that's you. Oh, what's going on, guys?
I think it's time to scrap. Y'all two fight.
I beat the level. Let's go.
You don't want to. You don't want to. You want to hear the Aiden dilemma?
He
Aiden
know.
dilemma. What's the Aiden
Oh yeah,
dilemma?
the lollipop dilemma too. We can.
Oh, I remember that lollipop one. Yeah.
The lollipop dilemma.
It's a niche reference. Like it's like if
Yeah,
you know.
it's really niche. If you know, you know.
I don't know, sadly.
Oh yeah, yeah. The great founder, philosopher Resper, he like came up with it in like 300 BCE.
Yeah, the lollipop dilemma, inspired by Vesper.
All right. The Barnes and Nobles dilemma.
It's a Noble's dilemma.
No. Wait, who have I
I
sold?
love reading Barnes and Nobles.
I love reading the
I
whole
did
store.
too.
Yeah.
I love Barnes and Nobles, bro. My favorite book, bro. My favorite book.
Yes, bro. Hmm.
So niche. So niche.
So niche. Niche indeed, bro. Niche indeed. Hella frickin' niche.
Hold on, wait.
Oh, there goes Imperium. Yeah. Oh, I need some of these. Anyways. All right, that means I can. All right, guys.
What?
I don't know. I want to debate somebody. I'm bored.
Hmm.
Let me go look for someone. Oh, I have metal open. I didn't even realize.
Oh, he joined back.
Yeah, I told you,
Baka.
bro. We Loki, bro. Aiden, Loki, Jillian got so freaking mad earlier.
Bro, I swear I've heard her cry before.
Bro, she
You
cries
know.
all the time, bro.
You know.
Bro, why does she do this if she cries all the time, bro?
Well, I think like she's just
I
like a
told her to
little. She's
quit.
just a little girl. She gets stressed out, and then she comes in all of us.
Yeah, and she's black as well. So
She's black. I thought she was white.
no, allegedly she is black.
She says she's
Who has her
Puerto
face? Yo,
Rican.
Vamp knows someone who has her face. So
Is that
you can
just
tell
like
it's not
to get away
supposed
with saying the N word or something?
She
Yeah.
says,
No, she never does. She never says it.
She never does. She almost said it one time.
she says she's Puerto Rican though. But Loki, I was Loki raging. It was so funny, bro.
I know
I
black
think,
eye Dominican.
I think Ethos Loki got the recording.
Yeah, I thought that's
But
the
it was
recording of me and Hino just like berating her.
Bro, Nini's a LARP. There's no way she's black. Or
Nini's,
Dominican.
dude, there's no way she's black. Dude, D here.
Nini said she's black and black and Mexican. Like,
No,
no,
definitely
no way
maybe
in
Mexican. Maybe
hell.
she's like full Mexican. She's not black.
Nini has to be the nose. Like, there's no way she's Mexican.
Dude, she's the
She's probably
whitest
like
cracker ever.
She's like maybe
that's
white or
too much.
Mexican. She can get with
She's
maybe both. Not
she's
black though.
predestined, bro. She's
Dude, she's the
predestined to be
whitest cracker
white.
ever.
She was predestined to be white 3,000 years
But
ago.
Nini
bro.
crash outs are really funny. Like, look in the side chat. Like, Nini crash outs are top tier.
Tranny. Wait,
Is that her in the photo, bro?
No, she says it's not.
Why would she just put a random person as her profile picture?
Yeah, that's what I want to know. It's like the same girl too.
It's
just different
what's her
angles.
name? Belle Delphine. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, right. I was wondering. Okay, that makes
Yeah.
sense. Bro, she hasn't been relevant for a long
No, dude.
time.
The last time I saw her, she was with Two Man, and Two Man's dead. So
Bro, she's so like she hasn't been relevant in a minute, bro.
holy vey.
Money.
Did someone just say oy vey?
Yeah, look
he
in
said
the
Oy
look
You
in
just sound
the.
like a little Facebook bomb.
Oy vey.
I wish Facebook mom said oy vey.
They like their minion memes are just oy vey. That'd be pretty cool.
That'd be pretty tough.
Exercise. I thought you said extra fries.
Yo, fuck is he doing, my nigga?
Yo, what's
I
the
just-
word, bro?
I just stepped on some corn puffs. You can say I'm a serial killer.
Yeah, get a load of this guy, bro. Get a load in this guy.
Get a load in this guy.
Yeah.
Have you ever been decloved?
I'm gonna deglove you. I'm gonna rip your face off. My bare hands.
Ever heard of degloving?
Those who blow.
What's this guy talking about?
Put a
Those
load
who
in
know,
this
but those
guy.
who blow.
Okay, bro.
Let me know down below. Down below. Let me know down below, low, down below. Let me know down below.
Aiden, sometimes I forget like you're human.
Me?
Yeah.
Now I'm AI, bro.
I forget that you're real. You're like a real human somewhere in the earth.
Yeah, bro. I agree.
You agree? You forget that you're real?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I
Sometimes.
dissociate sometimes, but not that great of extent.
Like sometimes, look in the side chat. This feels like me. Sometimes that's what I feel like.
Well, you're black.
Only sometimes.
I like how like I just like called that out, and now like the guy shooting lasers out of his eyes.
All right, man.
Sometimes this feels like me as well. That's how I be
What
feeling
the?
sometimes. Yeah.
Sometimes I feel like
And
this guy.
sometimes I also feel like this guy. Oh no, speedster.
Bro, Los, that's Speedster. What the?
Yeah, that's
Yo, that's
speedster.
Speedster. Yo,
Yo, he looks like some guy
Speedster.
from some show. I don't know what show. It's
Dude,
like
He looks.
is he like black or
Henry
like what is
Danger.
he? Because he has like
Henry
really
Danger.
nice curls. But
yeah,
like,
he has black curls, but like white skin.
what is he? Is he mixed?
I don't know. I asked him if he was black. He said no. I'm like, oh, okay.
Dude,
So
it's because like I
what
never
are
knew.
you,
I
Italian?
thought Speedster was like this little like black little kid, but I never knew he looked like that.
This is
Yeah, I
me
thought he
right
was
here.
black too. I'm like, bro.
Look inside chat. That's me. That's me inside chat.
Oh, trust me, it's probably some black monkey. So I would believe it.
That's me inside chat. Oh, sending. Hold on.
Sending.
Okay.
You can stop the trolley at any time, but would that really be fair to the millions that have already been crushed?
I would just leave it.
Yeah, keep it going, bro. Keep it going.
Oh, sorry.
So that would be unfair. And we're like,
You
Yeah,
would
no,
value
their
what?
sacrifice was not in vain.
There's. All right, bro.
your sacrifice was not in vain.
All right, this is me. This is me right here. This is me.
You know what the
Yeah, I might turn that into a
Oh,
GIF.
yeah. That might be yo, put a load in this guy.
Please put a
Bro,
load in this
stop.
guy.
Put a load
I'm
in this
begging
guy.
you to put a load in this guy.
What the rhetoric, bro? Yo, it's rhetoric. Chill.
Powerful rhetoric.
Powerful rhetoric. We have Pogo, we have ethanol, and we have what's the other one?
Bro, I'm trying to think of some jargon to use whenever I'm bored.
Like for abortion debate, there's like a homeostatic particle, like a particle with like
Homeostatic particle. I like that
So
one.
we have-
I mean,
a particle with like DNA about the
I
human.
used to just jargon spam. Wait, I could look through my notes. Hold on.
Yeah, there's like a homeostatic particle is like a particle with like human DNA, and like would you think you could like LARP as like pro-choice? You could say, okay, would you value this particle? Or like a 9-year-old.
Wait, bro. I don't know if Imperium ever seen me, but I used to just like jargon spam. Like I used to, it wasn't even real words. I would just like ask ChatGPT make me a full jargon pro-life argument, and I would just spam it. Hold on.
I remember.
Where's my other ones, bro? I only see number 1, bro.
It would be quite exquisite to say.
Okay.
Oh no, that's
Thank you.
for what is this for?
Thank you for your
Hold on,
loss.
this
bro.
looks like it's for nature versus essence. All right, never mind.
I never used to read notes because like back then I was like really insecure that people would be like, "Are you
what's
reading
this?
notes?" And then I would start freaking out.
Oh, look inside chat. Look
All right,
inside
here's my
chat.
argument. Yeah, this is gonna be my argument
Oh my gosh.
for pro-life.
Behold the
Try to read it.
pre-natal
Behold.
onso continuum. The doctrine declares that every zygote entity operates under a biomoral inception vector, vector, which ought to be preserved within holistic.
Bro, you're really bad at reading jargon. Here, I got you.
Via-
Here, the
via-
prenatal onto continuum doctrine declares that the zygotic entity operates under a biomoral inception vector, which ought to be preserved within the holistic vitality framework. According to the embryonic continuity principle, the moment of the genomic spark event ignites a selfhood trajectory matrix, begins unfolding with irreversible teleological momentum.
Can I use this argument or no?
Go ahead, bro.
Yo, go ahead, man.
Bro,
It's all yours.
what do you think about hold on, I'll resend it. What do you think about this image right? Like just analyze it real quick for me.
All right.
Aiden. Look at
I just want to talk about their.
I'm
Are you
assuming
assuming
you're
you?
Deophysite. I'm a
I'm a
Christian.
Christian.
Top 10 quotes. Top 10 quotes.
Top 10 quotes. I'm gonna quote
Wait,
that.
I'm making that a gift now. I'm a Christian.
that's low key tough. That's
No.
low key tough.
All right,
Are you,
now
You
I
you,
just
gotta
gotta say
you
yo,
got
it.
Christ,
you
no, I'm a
gotta
Christian.
crop it. You
Yeah, I
gotta
did.
crop it. Yes. Okay, nice. Bro. I'm assuming you're a
W.
diaphysite. I'm a Christian. That's tough, bro.
Wait,
Bro,
who
do
is
people just
Ronix?
not think? I don't know.
No, dude, like podiums is like a it's like a shit show. You can find like
Bro,
No,
podium is
who's
so
Ronix?
buns.
Podiums is another world, bro.
No word, bro. Podiums is actually
I'm
just
lo-
like a
like another
joke.
like it's another galaxy, dude.
Oh
low
my
key. I'm low key.
goodness. S5 modal argument: abortion is not permissible. I remember trying to do that.
What is that? Please, fucking retard.
I don't know what I'm supposed to go with these.
Jillian, bro. Oh my gosh, bro. You should have been there eating it earlier, bro. It was so funny. Um,
Bro, Jillian just needs to like get off Discord for like a few
she
months and
is
just read.
trash. Bro.
Honestly, I think people like that need to take a break. If you can't handle the pressure,
I,
that's your
She's
point.
getting to the point where she cries. It's not.
Yeah,
Bro, she used
she
to
gets to
cry
the point where
over
she's
like
skipping out.
yeah. She cries all the time, bro, and it gets kind of annoying because nobody. It's not that nobody likes her. It's really
It's just
annoying.
that, like it gets to like a point.
Yeah, it's like okay, you're gonna cry. Get off,
Okay, blood.
woman.
We have to declove her.
Yo,
okay, bro.
I got a argument for God's existence in full jargon.
Oh wait, let's hear the full.
It's
So under
very
this
interesting.
continuity, the cosmo-epistemic origination thesis that the
Jesus
universe
Christ.
exhibiting structure, reality oh my goodness, hundreds index ought to trace back to a prime.
You can get Nitro for 3 days for free.
Wait, really?
Oh, yeah.
How?
Yeah, that's normal.
Yeah.
What? Wait, how
No,
do I
I
get
have
that
3
deal?
days of Nitro.
Wait, how do I get that deal?
Can he use his alt, bro? My boys. Oh wait, they're all almost dead, anyways. I could try to, bro. I think I can gift people a week of Nitro soon. 2 weeks of
Yo,
Nitro.
bitter fork. You know, I'm right here, man.
In 10 days.
Oh well, in 10 days, I'm right here, man. You know, I'm your biggest fan. You know, you can call me whatever you want. You know,
Type.
type crackable.
Bun Kai. Oriwa. Crackable? What?
I wonder what's what's the context.
Yeah,
Torches
what are
don't
we
truly exist
saying is
because it's term.
crackable? I'm so lost.
Jillian is a torta. Torches don't exist where Jillian doesn't exist. Oh, well, it's gonna be the inference.
The first part was redundant. You don't have to say that.
Yeah, can we get an inference on that? Go ahead.
The rule of inference, it's whatever I say it is.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah,
The rule of
it's
inference is hocus pocus, bro.
Focus, focus, penis.
modus penis.
Modus P. Dude, do you know that screenshot? Oh wait, you know, hypothetically, if you were having,
It's a hypothetical.
it's a
Guys, I
hypothetical in a
just sent an
universe.
argument for hot dogs not being a sandwich.
Oh my dude,
Anyone want to
Amon
debate?
would destroy you. Don't if Amon sees this, he will like whatever.
Missed the Amon.
For hot
The
dogs not being a sandwich?
would all just
Yeah.
Amon would destroy all of
Mr.
it.
Foodology himself.
He look, he destroyed me in the oil dispensary debate. He couldn't, even though he couldn't
I
like
know that.
attack the sauce distribution argument. It's okay.
I know, right?
Like, it gets to a point where like, come on, dude, but it's okay because he's high tier foodology.
That'd be
You can't be-
foodology.
I think I might just quit like philosophy and I might just do foodology. I'll probably slam everyone.
That might be the method, bro. Foodology is like up and coming.
That's like underground. That's like niche. Pretty niche. Yeah, dude,
Yeah,
it's
bro.
not even funny. Like it's like real debate. Like it was like an hour discussion between Bitter Fork, me, Flo, and Amon.
Oh.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Uh. uh, uh, uh,
Oh,
uh, uh, uh,
um,
uh,
um,
uh, uh,
I'm gonna stop.
uh, uh, uh,
3,000 in the coop, yeah.
what? Bun kai.
Now we need to do the Kaizenat method where we like read 10 books and then we just act like we're like Socrates reborn.
Books. Name 10 books.
You know how to
I
read?
like to
Yeah.
I like to
Read 10
read.
books.
Look through books. Okay. P1. Okay, the functional
P1.
definition
Game
of
of
P1.
Thrones. P1. Game of
P1's gonna
Thrones.
be P1's gonna be self-evident.
Okay. So a sandwich is a food item in which a filling is contained within or supported by bread,
Want to
allowing
watch fight videos? Yeah, you could screen
single
share.
unit. So okay, a hot dog has a filling and is placed within bread. So it is eaten as one a simple food item. So my criteria is gonna be therefore many accepted sandwiches do not use two fully separated slices of bread. We can look at sub sandwiches, hoagies, lobster rolls with
Let's
Philly
end this
cheesesteak.
tiresome trial.
So, okay. So if bread plus filling
Hold
is
your
a sandwich
fire. This man
and a
is
hot
alive.
dog is bread plus filling, then hot dog is a sandwich. Easy.
What do you think of my new
Foodology.
PFP, Aiden?
Oh, 1 second. I'm playing a game and I'm locking in.
You're
Wait,
logging in.
what's your profile picture?
Yeah, I'll just send it in chat because it's just
Okay,
so
okay,
relatable.
okay.
Is this not
Okay, bro.
relatable?
That's so real, bro. Oh, what? Yo,
Oy
bro.
vey.
Oy vey, bro. Oy vey. Oy vey, bro.
Can they use their ult, bro? Their
This
ultimate
is
game. Oh, wait,
low-key
they
my
did.
honest reaction right here.
All right, cool.
But
I
he's
won.
on the team. Bro, invited Drake.
That's my low-key honest reaction. I think he's on the team.
Bad vibe.
Bad
All right, Ramp,
vibe.
I'm finna watch, son.
Bad things. There's a lot of bad things that they wish and they wish and they wish. Hey,
These guys are so buns. I would kill them both.
oh,
Give me a dear chat GPT.
W.
Give
Aiden
me
runs
a
track.
W. Aiden run track.
Oh, I'm
Give
bleeding.
me
Oh,
a
great.
if
Wow.
ad hominem.
Oh, W nosebleed. Because my orange is
Anyone
too
who
strong.
says a hot dog isn't a sandwich
No.
also thinks a Pop Tart is ravioli. So it's
What? Was a
What?
taco a hot dog?
A taco is a hot dog, and a hot dog is a taco.
What is that? Is that where are they? Is that a pool? Oh no, there's on a
They're,
gym
they're,
floor.
they're classified. They're classified as the same thing. I can say that a
Wait,
taco
guys,
is a
guys. But W. Aiden runs track. If you know, you
W.
know.
Aiden run track.
Aiden, debate me on foodology right now.
I don't want to
I'll
debate
debate you
on
on
foodology.
foodology.
I'm too
Yeah,
good.
yeah. I'm an Aiden student. I'm foodology. I can debate.
Yeah,
you.
you can fight my student.
No,
Okay,
actually, I'm a
let's
Mon
do-
student and Aiden student, so we can just I'm very high tier in this. All right, can you just present your argument about foodology?
Okay. Okay. So a hot dog is not a sandwich. That's gonna be my beginning statement.
Your hot dog is not a
Yeah.
sandwich.
A hot dog is a
Well, I
sandwich.
think hot dog's a taco. What would you take a hot dog to be?
Yeah, so a taco. Wait, you asked what how to take a hot dog to be?
Yeah,
Yeah,
what
so
do
a
you think? A
hot
hot dog?
dog. Yeah, so a sandwich in the scenario is just gonna be, I think, two slices of bread, one on top and one at bottom with filling. While a hot dog is kind of the opposite because the two breads are stuck together, right?
You
So
said
they're
what about the
technically.
taco? How are they different? I'm sorry, you were muffled. Let me turn you all the way up. I'm sorry, King.
Oh, yeah, that's a tracking error fallacy number
No,
one.
no, no, no. It's not a tracking error fallacy. It's my mobile device that's
Okay.
messing me up.
Okay, wait, you want my thoughts on a taco? Yeah, a taco is just gonna be a
Fighting
chip,
with
right? A taco.
swords? Oh no, those are metal poles.
You know what? I can see it. You win.
Yeah, okay, easy one. Yeah, a taco is just gonna be a chip with sauce. It's just gonna like the meat is gonna be a dip, and the taco shell is gonna be the chip.
What? It's a nacho? A taco's a nacho?
Yeah, Yeah.
What?
These guys are terrible at fighting.
Yeah. Do you not agree with that? It's such logic.
Well, I can see it, so it doesn't really matter what I say. It's just you
Bro,
too
this
smart.
guy's like 50 more pounds and he just got thrown. What the hell?
What? Are you watching UFC?
No, I'm watching the fight. I'm watching Vamp stream.
Whose fight is this? These are like little white boys. Wait, this I feel bad.
He's literally black.
There's like a
What is
little
it?
white boy on the floor. What do you mean?
Oh, they're fighting.
Oh,
He's running
getting
away.
angry. He's getting angry.
Oh shit, yo!
Oh,
Is it
damn.
Napoleon Dynamite, yo, he's getting some hits in. Napoleon.
Napoleon Dynamite.
Napoleon Dynamite.
Yeah.
Let me reference your
Oh, shit, yo.
Dynamite just beat him up. Yo, he just beat up
Napoleon
his
Dynamite
friend.
just
His friend. I don't
ran
even
him.
remember.
Oh my
his
god.
name.
Job,
Oh my god. Why is
He's not even fighting
Sure.
back. You know, in that scenario, I would just walk away.
yo that's low key me every time I debate. Oh
Oh shit! Oh, shit.
Oh
Oh,
my
he's
goodness.
on top of
Yeah,
him.
push his face.
He's on
That's gonna
top
do a
of him.
lot.
Oh,
Oh my goodness.
Oh,
Oh my, yo, wait, W
Oh,
wrestling. Wait, W.
Okay.
Oh,
Right.
oh my god.
Yo,
they brothers. Too.
Oh,
Oh,
he had some good hits, and he got too close. Oh my, this is not. This is gonna be fair. That's like a 6 foot man. Oh shit.
It's like that. Damn, he's trying
They're
to.
not
He's
even
trying to
Yo,
Oh.
oh my goodness.
Oh my
he's
god.
slapping him around.
He's getting beat up, son.
Oh, what the hell?
All right.
It's definitely California. I'm calling it California. Average day in California, dude.
damn. Oh.
All right, now kill him, bro.
Oh, hold up.
Kill him. Kill him, white boy. Kill him, white boy.
He's
Kill him,
on-
white boy.
Goodness, bro. These
He's like he getting
counters.
slapped
Yo,
around.
he's getting countered right now like it's that boxing game, bro. Jeez.
Oh,
It's like
yo, they
Tekken 8,
looking how
dude.
to fight though. Looking how to fight though. They looking.
Oh yeah, white boy.
Oh yeah, white boy. Oh yeah, white boy.
How is he still?
Oh yeah.
Grab his ass. Oh, never mind.
Yo, oil
Yeah,
check him now.
God damn. Wait, what is this?
I've
This is
seen
like
this one. I've seen
prison.
this one.
Are they like in prison?
What?
Oh,
Scoops, I
3,
have that app. That's a good
2,
app.
and then
Yeah,
he
I watch
slaps
a
him with
porn
the
on that
collar.
app. Oh
Oh,
shit.
I watch like killings, but yeah.
I go to Twitter for that.
Damn. Hold on. Holy shit.
Bro, this is not even fair. Like I would just. Oh my goodness. Oh my god.
He was low key sitting on the ground though. That's not.
Yeah,
like, he was
word,
sitting down.
bro.
That's not
He
fair.
never doing that to me. Just
Oh
like,
my. Oh.
Oh.
not the stomp.
Dude, he's gonna get thrown. He's gonna get
I
thrown.
saw this on Scoops.
Why
I
they
saw
look
this
like?
on
Why they look
Scoops.
like?
I saw this.
Why they look
Oh
like?
my
they're trying to-
god.
I saw that. I saw that on Scoops. I was crying.
Wait, is this the?
These are scoops, bro. Scoops. Is
Wait, Aiden, do you see the pattern recognition in these videos?
Girls fight. Girls
Yes,
fighting.
bro. The pattern recognition. Look at how they're all dark.
Oh my god, the fucking
Oh my
merry-go-round.
Goodness, yo. It's like, bro, what? It's like that. I
Girls be
forgot her
fighting
name,
like.
bro. It's just like Broly versus Goku, bro. Just slinging them around. Oh my
Oh, yeah.
goodness. Yeah. Oh my goodness.
nah,
Oh my
Getting
God.
dragged.
This shit straight from baddies, bro.
Oh my god, it's some baddies, bro. This is baddies Roblox, but like I he's all yeah.
Yeah.
Nobody's safe at school. Oh, what the hell? Did he jump him?
Video games
called
in real
it.
life.
Oh my God, I
Oh,
called
no,
it.
he getting jumped. No, like.
That's not even
he's
fair. Like fucking the Batman troops came in.
getting jumped, bro.
Shadow and Jutsu. Oh my goodness.
Oh shit, he's got an axe.
Oh,
Oh my god. He just got hit with
Oh.
the fucking axe. Close your fucking door, idiot.
Is that an axe?
Yeah, he got hit with the
Oh.
axe, dude.
Oh my goodness. I mean, I think that was like a tomahawk, but same thing.
damn, that's what must have hurt.
Nah.
Oh,
What?
his phone
Why do you
probably
put-
died.
Oh.
His phone. No, we were watching.
No,
fight
it was just
videos.
fight.
There was
Fight
like no
videos.
gore.
There's no
I'm
gore.
gonna download. I'm gonna download Scoops. I'm gonna download Scoops.
Yeah,
Alright,
bro,
we-
Scoops is so funny, bro.
Scoops is
It's like
fucking
you can see
funny,
like
Actually,
5
genuinely,
videos
it's
and people
just
being
unfiltered.
dumbasses.
You
Yeah.
can
I
see
used to
fight
have it.
videos. You can like see killings. You can see anything on Scoops, bro.
It's like
It's like a
Oh my
uh,
it's like
It's
YouTube
Hyde.
2012.
It's Hyde. It's
It's like
Hyde.
six
The Hyde.
thoughts of, like,
Wait, Vamp, what happened, Vamp?
Gyro's rival
Yo,
is
who
Gyro's
kicked
rival.
me? Yo, victim, did you kick me,
I
bro?
thought you were like
Oh, Victor-
screen sharing gore. Actually.
Why didn't you
No.
check?
no. We weren't. We were
We
only
were
watching-
sharing gore. It was just fights. Yeah, there's no
Yeah,
gore.
it was just
Yeah,
fights.
it's
It's like
just fights,
school
it's
fights.
just
So
fights.
there's no.
We wouldn't do that.
Actually, guys, I have to go shovel, bro. The snow is crazy. I'll be right back.
All right,
Watch
bet.
Brady finna miss the fight, oh no.
Me and Heen right here. Oh my god.
Hey,
Oh, yeah.
hey, big man.
Doing skill trades. Taking like man. This is kind of.
Is this what happens to China?
I was just Chinatown experience, dude. I don't tell Chinatown LA.
Yeah, that's what we're taking.
Well, there's a Chinatown in Chicago, but it's never like this.
Yeah. There's also a Koreatown too.
Oh yeah. How does this even happen? What's like the back? What's the context?
Don't even know, bro. It's like I think like a fight broke out or something. You don't know where.
Oh wait, why did it look like he was? It's so bugs.
What the hell is going on? What? Oh my god.
It looks like
Oh,
they-
yo, that's smart. That's smart.
Oh, okay, alright. Oh,
Bro,
what's-
it's not even fair.
This
not
is
even
not
fair.
fair at all. Oh wait, hold on. Oh, hold on.
What? Oh, what? Yo, oh, jump.
Oh, you guys did get a jump.
A little kid too.
The little. That's not fair.
Oh my
bro.
god, that's a.
Kinda is, like, damn, that's a skateboard. Damn, that's a skateboard. Oh,
Who the fuck you looking for, nigga? Who the fuck you looking for, bitch? Get that nigga over here. Who the fuck you looking for, nigga?
damn, bro. Oh shit.
Oh my god, he gets hit. He gets dropped. He gets Sparta kicked.
Kick drop, bro. Shit. He gets. Oh shit. He gets slapped.
Okay, I'm good, I'm good, I'm good.
What was that shit, bro?
Damn.
Why you
The
lying?
poor lad gets
Why you
dropped.
lying?
Average UK, bro.
Why you lying, bro?
You okay?
Hi.
Alright, bro. Oh shit.
They pull up his
You can
tummy.
see
They're
it.
like, let me rub your tummy.
See all sorts of stuff on.
Fam, I don't have no money on me. What the fuck you lying? I don't have no money.
That sounds comfortable. Watch. Oh, Mr. Reed. There he is. And I gotta be a mistake.
Yo, what's good, Victim?
What's good?
Yo, what's up? Sorry, I enabled push to talk by accident. So yeah, how did you partner with Modern Day Debate? How did you do that?
You'd have to ask Truth. I think Truth set that up. Pretty cool of him. I'm the wrong
Damn,
guy. Unfortunate.
I gotta see though, cause like if I partner, if my server partners with Modern Day, it's gonna be hella successful. I mean, how many members did you guys get from Modern Day?
How would I check that? I can try
I
it.
mean, I mean abnormal invites where it's like one mutual server. If you looked at that,
Is there a way to check? Like, I wouldn't know.
yeah, that's fair. But yeah, if there's like a ton of people coming to the server and their mutual server is just Modern Day Debate, then I guess you can infer that they're from Modern Day. But yeah, dude, the guys over there are kind of funny. Not gonna lie, you have 25-year-olds and 30-year-olds who are like married and shit, right?
Mm.
And they're talking about immigration, and then they get surprised when they hear somebody like me who's like not even 18 yet, right? So it's like, yeah, fuck.
It's. I'm checking through the thing. Give me a sec. I'm checking through it. 300. Um, I haven't seen many. I mean, the
And
most.
I'm not. Oh yeah.
The link with the most people invited has 337 people who joined through a link. But that doesn't necessarily mean it's from. Maybe most it was 10 or 20 people who came from
Okay,
modern day at
that's
most.
a lot. That would be a lot for my server. Cause like I get it's above 100, right? But like that's still a lot for my server. You know,
Really? I
20.
mean, your server is pretty. I haven't checked yet. Yes,
Yeah, it's like 113, I think. Yeah.
I'm confused how your server hasn't grown considering you have a new server. I don't know if you've joined it yet. Someone made a new server. They got like let me check. 1,700. They got 100 people in one day.
Yeah, I don't know what their methods are. That's why I'm not getting that many members because I do it myself. That's like I manually make the invites, do partnerships and stuff. Not that many though. So like what's the strat? What's the strategy?
Um, from a good shot would just be going. A good shot would just be going into their server because I'm looking at the members in their server. None of them are in debate realm, so they're not advertising to the DMs of people who are in debate realm. But a dumb idea. I think they're just sending it to their friends. But what it is,
Probably.
I think the best thing you could do to gain members is most likely just like spam DM these guys who are in this server. Who I mean, you're probably gonna get in trouble with Discord, but I don't know.
Yeah, probably. It has happened before.
You gotten in
You
trouble
know, I'm
with
not.
Discord?
Yeah, it gave me like a warning, like a year back, maybe 2 years ago. I did invites for my Minecraft server. It was insane. My Minecraft Discord server. It was crazy. I still have it to this day. It's called Hype City. It's like 60 members. Yeah,
19 members.
60, 65.
Okay, okay. You
Yeah.
were on Discord 2 years ago.
Yeah, I was like 13, 14 at the time. Yeah.
Dang. No, I'm not gonna. We can't cross these. Oh wait.
Yeah, now I'm almost gonna be 16. Insane. It's like,
Trust me, when you're like 16 to 17, when you're in, it's gonna like 2 years. Well, I was 17 during COVID. No, I
yeah.
was 16 during COVID. I was your age. Bro, COVID made it so like those years flew by so fast. But by the time COVID ended, I was like already 18 or 19. So I don't know. It's probably gonna
Dude,
be
yeah, cause like when COVID hit, I was like 10 years old.
10.
And then yeah, like 10. And then when that by the time it ended, I think I was like 13 or 14, like 14 years old. And then now I'm almost 16. It's insane.
Bro, I'm telling you, the age from 16 to 17 and 18 are gonna be the quickest years, at least for me. Like, in 1 second you're gonna blink and you're gonna like, oh, I was. Sometimes I randomly say I'm 19 or 17, like genuinely randomly I say that, and then I realize, oh, I'm 20. Um, so I mean, just enjoy your time, man, and make it productive. Cause when you reach 20 or
Oh,
19, you're gonna feel like you've reached an age whereby like you know how those people are praising you because you're young, right? Oh, maybe they
yeah,
started
and then
philosophy when they're 20, but if they started it when they were your age, they'd have like 4 years of experience, and that'd be awesome. But
yeah,
they don't.
that's what I'm aiming for because like right now I'm 15. I started philosophy back in December, late December. So if I continue where this is going, I'm already very knowledgeable on like the soul and on essential properties. So I'm gonna continue this regardless of like what some people might say about it. And like after I've done this, honestly, people respect my ideologies on it because I can actually defend it. I made a new reductio or rebuttal for like for example the anencephalic babies. Like they like to say that anencephalic babies basically disprove essential properties, but I'm like nah, it's just the physical properties in like stopping the essential properties from being used in a physical manner. So I came up with a new rebuttal such as that kind of thing.
I mean, when Peter Singer, no, when McMahon, wrote in his, I think I can't remember the name of the book. I have it on me. The wrongness of killing. Jeff.
Yeah.
The ethics of killing. The problem. The name is the ethics of killing. The problem at the margins of life. When he wrote in what chapter was it? Like chapter 5, the marginal cases. Where Bry he brings up this is like one of the first instances where someone brings the philosophical debate in regards to this up on anencephalic newborns. He brings it up not to reject essential traits. Holly's trying to make it in an argument for animal liberation in the sense like think of it like this. Why are human beings valuable? Is it because they have this trait? Um, is it because they're smart? Probably because they're smart, but they also have been. We're not too smart. What do you do? I'll send you the chapter.
Right. I mean, the only reason why I came up with that reductio was because at the time, like I think it was earlier today, somebody gave me that rebuttal against my essential properties argument, and I just told them that's not going to disprove essential properties from existing, right? So it's not me. Like the reason why I brought up that reductio is because people use the anencephalic babies argument in that kind of manner. That's why I made it for specifically for that.
I mean,
So that any Yeah, it's basically so that any attempt to try and disprove essential properties can be rebutted using that argument.
what's your modal categorization of essential properties?
Modal categorization. I'm not good with modal logic. I'm sorry.
It's that just means like you have a few ways to define like maybe you're using the definitional categorization which is you're gonna look at the definition that you say for something to be essential. The essential thing is within the definition of that thing. So maybe the number two definition for number two is that it's a number before one or the number that's gonna precede later, right? And
Oh yeah, yeah.
so, or maybe you have an explanatory categorization.
So basically, like for example, if I say an immaterial property
Well, how long?
is what it lacks, like for example, mass and volume. So it's going to be a lack of mass. That's going to be some kind of a modal use. Just me saying it lacks this, therefore it's what it lacks. Is that what it is? Now you're good. So yeah, as I was saying, was that like for example, like an example of modal use, like modal usage is if I said, yeah. Also PSR. Okay, so PSR. Now you're good. Yeah, so we're just gonna take a look at the best explainable. No, at the most um at the best explanation, we're gonna take a look at that, and then we're going to basically draw conclusions that can basically prove that it's going to be a valid statement. So, for example, we take a look at essential properties. We see, like for example, let's take a look at rational agency. We could take a look at this that we could take a look at this property in particular. We could say that's an intrinsic property that grounds essential property. So it would have to be an essential property in and of itself. And in order to give rise to essential properties, we could just argue that the soul gives rise to these essential properties, and like modal categorization. Again, I'm sorry. I need to read more on it. Like I can't give a definitive answer on the modal logic I'm using. Because like I know modal logic is used in essential properties, but I just can't. I don't remember what. Yeah. So I'm cashing out essential properties just by saying that there's intrinsic properties that ground it. There's going to be inherent properties within a human being's nature that we can just consider essential properties, because essential properties in its nature are inherent to a human being's nature. So so like that's just basically how I cash it out, and nobody really questions it. Like they don't ask for the modal logic. So like that's what I mean. It's not that I get away with it. Yeah. Wait, I got it right? What did I get right? Sorry. Damn, bro, I must have luck. My goodness. Cause like I think I lack confidence. I think I need more confidence. Yeah. Okay. It cannot look that it can't be that terrible. Don't worry. Hold on, I jumped way too high up. Oh. Okay. Just in case. Yeah. The property that an object possesses in isolation. Extrinsic property. Only in relation to other objects. Okay. Oh, there we go. Yeah, so when we take a look at intrinsic properties, they're not going to be based on in relation to others, so it can't be extrinsic, right? So like when you talk about when I assume that when you're talking about extrinsic properties, you're just stating that they're going to be existent because maybe other people have it. For example, is that what you're trying to cash out when it comes to extrinsic properties? So it's not even going to be a part of the human being. It's just going to be something that relates to the human being. Is that what you're trying to cash out? Because you're saying well, because you're stating that it's in relation with something. So would that have to mean that it's not a part of the human being? It's just going to be in relation with it.
It's not a part of the human being. It's just gonna be in relation with it. What?
Yeah, because that's what I'm hearing from extrinsic properties, or at least from the one that you gave.
Yeah, the effect of the yeah, it's just gonna be relation like outside of the individual.
Okay, so yeah, this goes against what an intrinsic property is. An intrinsic property is basically a part of the human being's nature, and the human being's nature is a part of the human being. So this is
Isn't
why
that just circular?
extrinsic. That's not circular.
They
No,
said a human being's
it's
nature is a part of their nature because they're a human being.
no, because what I'm saying is, wouldn't it be logical? Like, let's say, for example, it's in a tree's nature for it to have like in an app. It's in an apple's tree's nature for it to grow apples. That would be logical because if I'm talking about the tree's nature, I'm specifically talking about the tree, like the internal components of the tree. So that's not me being circular. That's just me explaining that the nature of a being is what it is. So it's
So,
not
I
circular.
mean, you still, I mean, that would be circular, or just find yourself in some modal issues. Like, what do you mean? Like, are you saying that to be for an apple tree to exist, it must necessarily be able to produce apples? Like, under what
Well,
modality are
no, no, no.
you cashing this out?
Oh no, that. Oh no, that was just an analogy. I'm just explaining that. I'm just explaining that. When we're talking about nature, we're just talking about what the thing is, what the thing is going to have, what the thing is comprised of.
I
So it's
mean,
not going to be circular if I
when you
say
when you say
that. Yeah.
nature, are you taking from the natural world some sort of natural property?
Define natural property.
Natural
Yeah,
property
like
just
just
means that something that comes from the natural world.
we could argue that. Sure, maybe I argue that, but
Unless you don't,
um,
unless your stipulated definition of nature is idiosyncratic, in that it doesn't follow what we typically define nature to be. Like,
no, not necessarily. It's. I think it's the first option you stated because if it's idiosyncratic, then otherwise our definitions of nature are just not going to be.
so would you be saying your definition of nature is idiosyncratic? If it is, then what is your definition that you're stipulated it to
No.
be?
Oh no, it's not. It's definitely not idiosyncratic.
So,
Yeah, it's not.
I mean, what do you define nature as?
So I define nature as like. Hold on, let me give the exact definition. Like I have to think of it in my head. So basically, nature is just basically the reality of let's say an organism, for example. So the reality of an organism is like, for example, I know that's not going to be the exact definition, but the best way I can explain it to you without searching it up right now is just the reality of a being. So if we're talking about a human being, for example, the reality of that human being is that it's going to have some kind of essential property. It's going to have essential properties. It's going to have a soul under my framework, under my worldview is what I mean. So yeah, it's going to be. This is
What
going to be its nature because it's in its reality.
what is
So that's what I would say.
what does that mean? That's a bit vague.
That's a bit vague. How?
Yeah,
In what
very
way?
vague. What you say? You're saying so nature equals what? It, the existence of that being.
No, no. What I mean is that the nature is what the reality of that being is going to be. So if we're talking about the nature of, for example, an apple tree, it's in its nature for it to grow apples. So its reality is to grow apples, so that we can determine its nature through its reality.
So the nature of X is the reality of X, basically.
Pretty much yes.
Um, so are you saying that I'm a bit confused? So could it be are you saying that something must within its nature have the necessary properties to exist in its own reality? So would it mean that the properties that construe reality must be essential to that being to exist in that reality? Would you agree with that?
Wait, wait, the properties that go against
That
nature?
no,
Is
no,
that
no.
what
The
you're
properties
asking?
that are necessary for reality to exist are gonna be essential to that being's nature, or
Yes. Yes, absolutely.
I mean, don't you find in my opinion, that would just be a blunder. Like how would
How
you
would that be
deal
a
with how would you deal with fine case like problem whereby Socrates has the essential property of having prime numbers?
Okay, so basically, how is prime numbers going to be an analogous claim?
Oh
Why?
yeah, so basically, you know, to exist, um, for reality to exist, there needs to be some sort of prime numbers, right? Mathematical truth.
Um, it depends, but I don't see why this is getting mathematical.
What do you mean?
Like we're talking about numbers. I don't see why that's relevant to
No,
no, to this.
I'm basically saying that for reality to exist, I mean at least a plausible reality that it seems that there needs to be this mathematical truth that prime numbers must exist as well.
Well, that's what you're positing, not what I'm positing.
So are you saying that there can be a world where prime numbers do not exist in regards to mathematical truths?
Well, I'm not stating that, but the argument that about prime numbers and mathematical equations, that's not from me. So I don't have to state that it's required for reality to exist because that's something that you posited. So I'm not arguing against it, or I'm not arguing for it. You know what I mean?
I'm confused. So you're saying you're not making a definitive claim that so are you okay? So basically, would you say there is a plausible you're like you're being more like what do you call it? Indeterminate or not giving a proper answer. You're saying you're
No, I
agnostic
no what
on the
no
answer.
what
I'm
I'm saying.
confused.
No,
That
what
makes no
I'm oh
sense.
sorry. So what I'm basically saying is that the claim about mathematics is not from me, so therefore I don't have to substantiate it. You see what I'm saying?
That makes
Because
no
the
sense.
mathematic
Because if it is
what do you mean?
within X's nature, like if we go back over what you said, right, and like the nature of X is the reality of X. That supposes that X lives in some sort of world or reality, right?
Yeah, it
If it
lives
lives
in
in some sort of
some
world or
kind of world.
reality, and the nature of X depends on its reality, and if reality needs prime numbers, I don't see why, under your view, after you just said that the properties of reality or the world would be essential to X. If that's the
Yeah,
case, it must.
I'm not arguing against it or for it, like for the prime
So
numbers.
if
I'm
you're not
not
arguing
like
for it
I'm
or against it, you say you're open to the plausible chance that there's possible worlds where mathematical truths like there are prime numbers is false?
I'm I'm open to the discussion. Not that it's gonna be false, but I'm open to the discussion about prime numbers. Like for example, in my personal opinion, I'd say prime numbers are necessary, right? But I'm not prepared to discuss about prime numbers at this moment. So that's why I'm saying it in this
Yeah,
kind of manner.
but
Sorry,
if
I'm
we go by
more than
like
thinking.
your example of what nature is, and you also said that it must be the case that the properties of that world um, are going to be essential to that being to exist in that world, which would include prime numbers. But you're saying that you would say it's necessary, but at the same time you wouldn't hold specifically or concretely to that being necessary or true. You're more so sliding to agnosticism in regards to this topic, but at the same time you hold to a definition that makes it has to be the case that prime numbers are going to be essential to that being.
Yeah, I'm not arguing against that. I'm just stating that I'm not going to be explaining how the prime numbers are
So,
going to be essential
well,
because I'm just not prepared for that kind
that's
of
fine. What
discussion.
I'm confused is how
Yeah.
like you have a definition of nature, but your definition of nature is unrendered, in that you cannot like explain counters to the review or at least how to like fully flesh it out or posit it properly to not face like such issues that can be overcome by maybe different modal categorizations.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, again, I'm not arguing against prime numbers being a part of reality. I'm just stating that I'm
So
not exactly prepared for
okay,
the
so you're not
discussion. Like,
arguing against it, or you're not necessarily arguing for it. And from what I heard prior, um, you would say these are essential, etc. I don't think you could really hold to your own definition of what nature is, unless you're cashing that
no,
nature out in a different way. And I think with the intrinsic slash extrinsic distinction, you're confusing this modal categorization by saying that essential properties outside of the being, such as prime numbers, are going to be essential to the being or intrinsic to it, which is just seems to be a confusion of what intrinsic slash extrinsic modal characterization is, which is just P is essential to the property of O, just in case that it is necessary that O has it for P to, if O exists and P is an intrinsic property, according to David Benny in the screenshot I showed you. So I don't know what
well, no,
categorization you're holding to, because if you're holding to intrinsic slash extrinsic distinction, that one, I think you just messed confused it completely.
well, yeah, sure. Like I can argue for prime numbers being a part of reality. I'm not arguing against that. Again, I'm just not
So you're
open to the
uncertain.
discussion at this moment.
I'm
Wait,
confused.
what?
Would you just be uncertain about relational things outside of a being somehow being essential or intrinsic to that being? You're uncertain about that.
Well, because there's not because an essential property being intrinsic. If you're trying to argue that extrinsic properties um are what it's dependent on, that's just gonna go against what intrinsic properties truly are. See what
Yeah,
I mean?
I think
Um,
but the problem is that if you accept the view that prime numbers are going to be intrinsic to this being, then you reject your own modal categorization, which would reject that view that you just hold.
yeah, that's why I'm not making a claim for
I
prime
I
numbers
mean
because
I'm
I
I think you're confusing prime numbers. I'm just saying prime numbers would be a mathematical truth that is necessary for a world to exist, right? At least under most philosophical branches. But you're uncertain about this, and if you're uncertain about this, don't necessarily see how you're grounding your nature, the definition of nature. If nature just means that, let me find the definition of nature you gave because I
Mhm.
wrote it down a little bit. Your definition of nature is, give me a second. Do, 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 do. The nature of X is the reality of X, and you said all the essential properties of X's reality, which includes the world, would just be essential or intrinsic to the being itself, which is just a misunderstanding of your own view in regards to your modal categorization of intrinsic as extrinsic things, which you held to prior to this statement.
Yeah, I could see that. I mean, I searched it up just now, and nature is just going to be inherent things in a human being or inherent properties in a human being. So we
Mm-hmm.
can just classify nature as that. But
So
again, I don't see why the prime
wait, no,
numbers
no worries. So prime numbers are just mathematical truths that seem necessary for a world to exist. But you're saying, outside of the world, and we're looking at the individual itself, it doesn't. It seems really unintuitive to just say that these properties are necessary for a world. Like prime numbers are going to be essential to, let's say, you or Socrates or anyone else. I'm a bit confused on how you're cashing that out, whilst holding to nature being intrinsic or inherent, being things being inherent to you. This just seems to be a confusion. But I mean, beyond that, um, if you say nature, that it must be the case that, I mean, in the anencephaly, to go back to anencephaly, you said anencephaly doesn't disprove essential traits, of course, because you still have some sort of um, capacity, even if the capacity is not being actualized.
right, yeah, yeah.
I mean, so I'm confused. So right now, I just don't see you having a concrete definition of what nature is. If you don't have a concrete definition of what nature is, I don't really see how your argument goes forward, unless you render that out.
Right, that's fine. We could just say that nature is going to be inherent properties in said being. So it
So
doesn't have to be.
would you
Yeah.
then be changing your definition of nature, which initially was the nature of X is the reality of X?
Not necessarily. I'm just being more specific about it. So when I say reality of things, that was being more broad. So it's in its reality to have these inherent properties. So that wouldn't be changing the definition. That would just be being more specific on the
I mean,
definition.
I mean, what do you take essential properties to be, and why are essential properties of concern to us?
I take essential properties to be some kind of inherent property that's grounded on intrinsic properties, and these properties are going to be a part of a part of an organism's like basic an organism's nature, right?
Uh-huh.
What was the second question that you asked?
Yeah. So why should we care that something is an essential property? Does something being an essential property make it something we should value or whatever it is? Why should we care?
Okay, so why should we care? Basically, we should care because these essential properties are basically what makes something what it is. So if I have essential properties, these are the properties that are going to make me what I am. So if I don't have these essential properties, then we can just make the argument that you're not necessarily this thing, or that you don't necessarily have this particular substance that's going to give rise to these essential properties. So that's why these matter so much. Not more or less about it's not so much because of value. It's just because this is how we determine what kind of being it's going to be. So if
Yeah.
I don't have an essential property to be a certain thing, I'm not going to be that thing. Basically similar to ontology. If I don't have something that's going to consider me ontologically that thing, then can we really argue that I'm going to be that thing? So yeah,
I
similar.
mean, I'm not rejecting that. I was just making or switching the conversation over to normativity in regards to value. That's why I brought value up because value is a normative term, right? So
Yeah.
when I ask you why do we value essential properties, such as maybe rationality, is it in virtue of because it's an essential property? That's basically to
Um
clarify what I asked you.
Sure, we could argue that. Yeah, it's an essential property. Otherwise, we'd have to value all properties because if we weren't being specific on the properties, like let's say I say we value all properties, then we have to value accidental properties. Then we'd have to value basically every
Yeah,
property, physical properties, all these things, and that would basically lead me to some kind of like some kind of trouble throughout the debate. So yeah.
I mean, I mean, you can broaden the scope to like accidental properties and so on, but I mean, do you know what an accidental temporal property is and an accidental permanent property is? Or are you just
Um,
mixing the like saying like all of them at once?
Not necessarily. I'm just being more broad about the term. So, like accidental properties, we can all acknowledge that these properties can be something that a being can lack. So you see what I'm saying? So,
Can lack,
um,
but what do you think of a being who could never lose a property? Would that then be essential?
not because it can't lack it, but it's much deeper than that. Just like from the statements that I made prior. So it's not because they can't lack. It's not just because they can't lack it that makes it essential. It's the fact that without it, it's not going to be this thing ontologically.
Yeah,
So yeah.
I mean, though we deterred or derailed the conversation from like let's say choose why we should care about certain essential properties. And when I say essential properties, I wasn't necessarily talking about accidental properties. There's a distinction between those two, right? So when I asked you like how
Yeah.
do you discern have a non-arbitrary way of picking what essential property to choose to value, you seemed like you just made an ad hoc argument or position that we should value this essential trait because it's essential and we value
No,
it,
not
which is just
necessarily.
retroactively
Oh
valuing something.
no. Oh no, not necessarily. I didn't say we value particular essential properties. We just value essential properties in general.
Do you value
They
all
like
this? I mean, I just think that's a bit of blunder too. Do you like value value properties because
I
they're
mean
essential
I
in the
mean, I'm not
normative
even
sense?
making the. I mean, I'm not even making the argument that we value that we necessarily value them. I just made that claim so that you can understand what I try to mean by that statement to answer your
I
question.
mean,
So I'm not talking about value here. I'm just stating that maybe people would value essential properties because like if people value essential properties, they're gonna value all the essential properties, not just one or the other. You see what I'm
yeah.
saying? So
So
I'm not making the claim that this is that we have to value essential properties. I'm just stating that if someone does value the essential properties, they're most like they would have to follow that all essential properties have to be valued. Otherwise, their argument would be inconsistent.
no, I mean, it depends if value just means some sort of we're attributing value in the sense that something is good or bad or for us, right? Why are all essential traits good for us? Because that
Well,
just seems like extremely wrong. I
well,
mean,
why are we making that? Why are we asking that question?
so
Because
like,
like I
can you tell me
that that's
some?
more of a
Wait, could you tell me
that's
some
more of
essential
a
traits? Like outside of rationality, what would be some essential traits of a human?
so like take for example moral agency, rational agency. These are going to be examples of essential properties. So yeah,
I mean, surely those are not the only essential properties necessary to be human or an
of
existing
course not.
object.
Yeah, of course not. I again, these are just examples, as I stated.
No, like of course, I mean to hold that those are essential properties to is to hold to some sort of view or identity, etc. Right? Some theory of identity or whatever. Um, but I'm basically asking you, like, let's say to an essential property is taking up space. Would you agree?
Wait, what? Sorry.
And let's say an essential property of objects would just be taking up space.
That then you would be holding to some kind of conservation of mass where it has to take up mass and it has to have mass and take up space or has
So
volume.
I'm confused.
Like you mentioned mass and volume, so are you holding to some kind
So
of
when I
law of
say,
conservation?
would you say that objects don't take up space?
Well, objects do take up like it depends on what kind of object you're talking about. Are we talking about immaterial objects or are we talking about physical objects?
Would
Which
you
one?
say human beings are immaterial objects? Why would
Well,
you
no,
make that
obviously.
distinction?
Well, no, obviously not. They're physical, right? But we're talking about a discussion where it involves both physical properties and non-physical properties. So, I like that's why I asked that question. But if we're talking about human beings,
Yeah,
we're just
that's
gonna
the
say
way.
they're physical. Yeah, we're just talking about physical properties when it comes to
So,
human beings.
I mean,
Like they,
so since we're talking about human beings, like, again, would taking up space be an essential property? Unless you take human beings to be
um,
immaterial, which is okay.
I mean, you could say that because otherwise, then is it really a human being? So yeah, we could posit that. Yeah.
All right. So I think this is a question I haven't really readily answered. Is like, why is the essential trait of moral agency, rationality, good, and not the other essential trait? If we're valuing these traits solely in virtue of them being essential,
Well, because
like
here's
you
the thing.
said before.
I'm not stating that I'm valuing these essential properties. I'm stating that if someone does, they're gonna have to value all essential properties because of some given purpose. But that's not my claim. I'm not claiming that they're valuable because they're essential. I'm just stating that, like again, if someone does value these properties, they would have to value all of them for some kind of given purpose. So yeah.
Wait, what? That just vague and didn't really answer the question.
Well, because I'm not positing that essential properties are valuable. That's the thing.
Yeah, you can
You
pause
think
that.
that I
You can pause that essential traits are not valuable. Sure, you've lost the argument, but why would these specific traits that you've listed would be valuable? Why are they valuable and not the other essential traits?
why are they valuable? Because this is what
By
we could argue
valuable,
that this is
by valuable, I'm speaking in a normative sense. Why are they good?
okay. So basically, they're good because this is what makes the human being what it is. So basically, similar to ontology, it's a part of the human's essence. If we think like if that's what we're discussing about.
Okay, so you're saying they're good because it's what make us what we are. Again, let's use the example of let's say again, being Homo sapien are taking up space, right? Would taking up space be like intrinsically good for us? That seems to be extremely wrong.
Well, no, because like if we're talking about essential properties, again, they don't have to be good for us. They're just properties that are inherent within a
So
human
why
being.
is
So
so
why are we positing that essential properties have to be good?
I'm
You
not
see what I'm
positive.
saying?
I mean, you're choosing now rationality, moral agency as essential properties, to which we should value or be the reason for why we should, let's say, not kill something.
Oh, no, no, no.
But
I never posited that they have to be valued. I was just giving an
so
example.
you don't think rationality or moral agency is a intrinsic good to our humans
Okay, again,
in
you don't
regard to
have to
exercising
value
those
something.
properties.
You don't have to value an essential property for it to be essential. That's just not how it is.
No,
An
I'm making
essential property is going to
we're over.
be.
We already brought this to the normative realm. I'm not necessarily talking about metaphysics in
But
regards
why
to
are we
this.
bringing it to a normative realm?
Yeah, the
Yeah,
moment
because
I
I
mean, the
never
moment
brought
I talk,
normative ethics.
sorry, the moment I started talking about
Yeah.
valuable, I mean, valuable would just be some sort of thick or thin label in regards to normative terms, right? That just means something is good or bad. I don't see how we weren't talking about normativity when I explicitly said we're having a normative conversation.
But I never brought normative ethics. That was you. So I don't see why I have to hold to normative ethics for something to be essential. I just
Yeah,
don't.
I'm not saying something needs to be good in regards to normativity for it to be essential. These are two different domains. Like,
Then
one's
you're
a
just
bit.
gonna contradict. Then you're just gonna contradict your previous statement on
How would I
how
be contradicting
something.
myself? I never
bec-
said to have an essential trait it must be valuable to us. Yeah,
Because you
essential
keep
traits
going
are
back to.
essential traits are
Oh yeah.
metaphysical, and terms like value, merited, and etc. are going to be belong to the normative realm, whereby we apply some sort of good or bad, etc. to that. I don't necessarily know how you could posit that.
Right.
But I don't necessarily see where you got from this conversation that I said for something to be essential, it must be good. I never said that.
Right, but the thing is, like you keep talking about normative ethics, implying that it would have to be tied to this in this metaphysical discussion. So I just don't understand why we're talking about normative ethics if it's not something that's going to be necessary for something to be essential. Otherwise,
Yeah.
why is it
So
being brought up?
when I brought up, like, I already spoke about, let's say an example for why we shouldn't kill something, you didn't really give an answer. You went off to something else, and started talking
Oh
about something else. And you
wait, you
forgot.
asked that question?
I did
I don't
ask that.
remember.
I did ask that question. I mean, it's not on me if you don't remember that question, or me specifically
Yeah, that's
saying that
fine.
we're over the
I
normative
just
realm now.
didn't.
It's okay.
Yeah, that's fine. I just didn't hear you state that. I don't even think you asked that question. Can you ask it again?
Yeah. So when you were having that conversation around anencephaly, and that we retain the capacity for rationality, whether or not it's being actualized in the moment, or would it still be the case that it's going to be wrong to kill this infant who have anencephaly? And you said yes in our prior conversation because it still has the essential trait of rationality. If this is the claim, I'm just going to ask you, why is rationality going to be a trait that we value? And if we value this trait in virtue of being essential, then why wouldn't we value all other essential traits? Like, let's say the essential trait of objects would be occupying space and so on. Would these not be intrinsically good to us? So what's going to be a non-arbitrary way you select essential traits to be valuable?
Yeah, so we're just gonna say that these essential properties, being a part of a human being's nature, being able, having such power to classify something to be what it is, that's what's going to make it valuable.
What?
So, essential properties being what makes something what it is, that's why we value it, because this is what makes something good. When we talk about what makes something good, we're just meaning what makes, like, for example, you keep mentioning that essential properties are what makes something good. Like you asked me about that, I think it was. So, when we're talking about these essential properties, since these essential properties are a part of a human being's nature, this is what's going to make it what it is. So, wouldn't you consider that good? Because this is what allows a human being to flourish in the means of like in the means of it being a human being. So, if we're talking about a human being, for it to flourish, it would mean that it can use its ability to reason in the way that it was intended to. That would be some kind of good in this instance. So essential properties are good because what they can offer for human beings. Not only that, but this is what allows human beings to be able to carry out normal functions throughout their lives. So I like again just so that it's just so that I can fulfill what you were asking for. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's all I have to
I
say.
still don't see you going over the problem or avoiding the problem here is what's the non-arbitrary way you're choosing to value essential properties? Because
If
again,
I
sure,
don't know,
rationality might help the flourishing or help something to exist, but surely other essential properties do the same. And like you said prior, like before, that you value all essential properties as being intrinsically good, but that doesn't seem to be the case. That all essential properties are going to be good for us to exercise.
Well, okay. When did I like? Can you restate that? Sorry, I want to get the full
So
picture.
I'm gonna ask you a question. Do you value all essential properties are gonna be good for us in the normative sense?
Yes. Yes.
All right. Do you understand that there is gonna be essential properties to a human being outside of just moral agency and rationality, right?
Yeah, of course. I posited that. Yeah.
Yeah. Would you like just would you could you to clarify? Could you tell me some of those essential properties outside of just rationality and moral agency, so I can get get that you understand what I'm going with this?
Yeah, so we could just refer to like even physical properties like DNA, classifying it as a human being. In the biological sense, we could hold to what you stated, mass and volume, it being able to take up space as matter. That in and of itself is an essential property for a human being. There's a ton more that I need to contrive of before I answer with more. But these are more examples of essential properties outside of just moral and rational agency.
All right, so you're saying taking up space is gonna be intrinsically good for us because it's an essential property, at least to you.
It's going to be good for us because this is what classifies human beings as what they are. Same thing with DNA. It classifies human beings as human beings according to biology. So it's going to be good for us. And yeah, pretty much.
Though I do think this is a blunder, to be honest, because
Why is this a blunder?
you I think we should try, at least you should have tried to not say that's intrinsically good, because we understand that type of property is evaluatively trivial, right? In that the sense, it doesn't tell us anything that is good or bad in regards to this taking up space. So I just think that's a blunder, in my opinion. I mean, you have any other essential properties that you think are going to be intrinsically good outside of rationality, taking up space, and moral agency?
I know there's more, but I can't think of them at the moment. Sorry.
I mean, what do you mean you can't think of them at the moment?
I know there's more, but I'd have to think harder. Is what I'm trying to say.
Okay, so basically, what I'm gonna say is that these properties that you're listing, like taking up space, will be evaluatively trivial, right? By that I mean is that it doesn't tell us much about like why we should really value something. The property itself has no value in itself. Like taking up space wouldn't necessarily be intrinsically valuable in and of itself. You understand what I'm saying?
Um, Wait, sorry. Can you restate that? Sorry, I just saw something.
All right. Do you know? You know why? Like basically, what I'm saying is to you is like it makes no difference to how good or bad a life is
Whoa.
evaluatively. It's
Well, this whole
evaluatively just not needed evaluatively in the normative sense. So when you say it is intrinsically good for us, you're saying that this thing is actually evaluatively non-trivial and is necessary for why a good life will go good or bad in the normative sense. If this is your claim, it just seems absolutely incorrect to say taking up space to you would be not only essential, which is essential to objects, but in the normative realm inherently good. And that if it's inherently good, that just means that you think it makes a difference to how someone life is in regards to how good or bad it is, which just seems like
well, I mean,
very
well, I
trivially
mean, if I don't have,
evaluative wrong. Like,
well,
it's okay though. It's
well, I mean,
fine.
if I don't have, no, that's fine, yeah. But like, if I don't have matter, how am I going to do things? You see what I'm saying? In our reality, how am I going to do things? Like, for example, mow the lawn,
So, so you're
wash the
saying if
car,
you,
eat food.
I mean, so you're
Like,
saying
how am I going?
So you're saying if you don't exist, then how would it be evaluatively trivial? So taking up space to you
No,
allows existence, therefore it should be good.
no, taking up like if I don't have matter, how am I going to live in the realm of reality? How am I going to be able to do things in the realm of reality? That's the question. Like if I don't have matter, then how am I even going to do anything in our reality? It's just what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, but what I'm saying, okay, to clarify, so just because something is a background condition necessary for us to exist doesn't tell us that it's going to be the source of value itself, right?
What no one claimed that. You mentioned good and bad,
No,
so I gave you
basically you
claims
said
that
it's
that
basically you said it's intrinsically good because it's necessary for you to do or perform or exercise or other capabilities such capacities when you're living or existing.
yes, of course. I mean, like
Yeah,
let me give you an
if that's
example.
what you said and you're
I mean,
confirming
let me
this,
give
go ahead. I'm talking over you a lot.
oh yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, sorry.
No, no, it's
It,
me. No, no,
it,
I'm saying
it's
I talking over you. My bad.
oh, sorry. Anyway, as I was saying, was that like I'll give you an example. Let's take a look at phones or like some kind of device. In our society, phones are crucial, like basically indispensable. In our society, because if we don't have it, we won't be able to we won't be able to work. We won't be able to make money. In many cases, if not all. So its indispensability is basically going to make it valuable because we need it in order to flourish in our economy and in our society. So if something is necessary to be able to live or to be able to survive, you would have to argue that it's good because
Really?
without it you won't be yes
I
because you won't
disagree.
be able you disagree because
Uh,
like here's the thing you without it you won't be able to survive, you won't be able to live, you won't be able to flourish. So being without it is going to be bad,
yeah,
but having it is going to be good.
I can
So
give you
you
a
see what I
small
mean?
reductio right now. Like, I mean, in regards to constitutive value, like, you need a heart to be alive in a typical case, right? But this doesn't lead us to the
Yeah,
conclusion that hearts are going to be intrinsically valuable or inherently valuable, right?
they're going to be good, they're going to be good under the normative
Constitutively
sense like
valuable.
you've asked for. They're going to be good under the normative sense like you've been asking for.
So, I mean, surely you wouldn't say a heart is intrinsically valuable along with your lungs, are I mean necessary for you to exist. Like, surely you wouldn't say this because
Why
it's a
wouldn't I?
background. Oh, so you'd say the heart is gonna be intrinsically or inherently valuable, and not because it's necessary for you to live.
I mean, let me ask you this: if you're holding to my framework, why wouldn't you hold to that being true? Why wouldn't you hold to that?
Yeah, but basically, I don't know. I'm just rejecting the framework because this framework just seems nonsensical. Because
You
at least to be a property should just be necessary in regards to valuation on its own in
if
regards to
something
being the source of that value. But just because a property is necessary doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to be a source of value in itself.
if something is necessary to survive, you're going to argue that it's good to have it because not having it, basically being devoid of this certain thing, is not going to allow you to survive and to live. So having it is going to be good because you will be able to flourish.
So
Not
okay.
having it is going to be bad because you won't be able to flourish. You
So
see what I'm saying?
basically, you're saying the heart, the lungs, um, taking up space is going to be intrinsically good in regards to making a difference in our lives.
Yes,
Because
absolutely.
in regards to good or bad, make our life different in that sense. Because
Yes, absolutely.
they're necessary background conditions for you to exist.
Well, not just like not just for you to exist, but also for you to be able to flourish, for you to even live in the first place. Without a without these certain properties, you're not going to be able to survive. You're not even going to be able to live the way the way a human being should, or at least in a way so that you can live a normal and healthy life in this manner. So um, yeah, pretty much. Yeah, we could just pause that. I'm basically gibbering. So yeah, sorry.
Okay, I mean, let's. I mean, okay. Let's say you're suffering. You're like going through a lot of suffering, and let's say somehow we've kept you sustained through your brain through some mechanisms or machinery. So you have a head, right? Your life's going through garbage. These scientists are messing you up. It's a silly hypothetical, and
Yeah.
they give you a heart. Would that make life go better for you? As to you, a heart is intrinsically good.
Yes, because because without a
Come
heart,
on,
wait,
come
hold on. Because without,
on.
I mean, because like without a heart, how am I going to be able to flourish, right? if I get a heart transplant, or if I get a kidney transplant, obviously that's gonna be good because I'll be able to live a sustainable life. Of course, it's gonna be good. Yeah,
Okay,
of course.
wait. So if the heart in of itself is like, so basically, so if we give this guy who's going through terrible suffering, it's just a detached head, could be letting it live through some sort of machinery, and we just give it a heart. That's ontologically integrated into this head. Um, that
Wait.
person's life would go better. Come
Wait.
on, man. That's
Wait, can you restate? Can you restate the hypothetical?
I
Can
mean,
you
just,
restate the
no worries. Just imagine a head that is hooked up to machinery, or just a head that is self-sustaining in a sense it can exist or it's alive, right? I mean, you could just say machinery. It doesn't really matter. And we
Okay.
and this person is going through a lot of pain. Life is so garbage for them. Oh my god. If they had arms and legs, they'd kill themselves on the spot. Death, right? Are you saying if a scientist gave them a heart or ontologically integrated a heart into this head, that their life would go slightly better for them because the heart is intrinsically good?
Wait a minute.
What?
Wait a minute. A heart into its head? That's not where the heart goes.
Ontologically integrated.
Ontologically integrated. So if it allows, like, what is the heart gonna do? Is it gonna allow it to live again?
It's already living, brother.
It's already living. So
Unless
why
you're-
would he need?
Unless
Wait,
you're
this-
saying
this
people
guy
without
was just
heart,
gonna
are
be-
you saying people without hearts have a worse life, even if they have something to replace it, like a pacer?
If I don't have something to replace the heart, I'm not going to be able to pump blood through the system. So therefore, I'm not going to be flourishing. So, like, here's the thing: you're claiming that that this machine, which I claim is a disanalogous claim because it's comparing something that doesn't need a heart to something that does. So you're claiming that if I give this thing a heart, is it going to be good? Just depends. Are you talking about, like, does it need the heart? Because if it doesn't, then it's just going to be a disanalogous claim.
But
You see what I mean?
I mean, but I think this is just a contradiction, in my opinion. You said that
How is that
having
a
a
contradiction?
you said that having a heart is intrinsically good. Taking up space is intrinsically good.
Yeah,
But
yeah, for human
yeah,
beings.
you
for
affirm
hu-
this. Okay,
for-
so you would
for
affirm
human
this.
beings.
But
For
then-
human beings, not machinery. That's the thing.
Yeah,
not machinery, but for human beings.
But the thing is that how if it's the heart itself is intrinsically good only because it allows for further flourishing, and it couldn't be intrinsically good. It's only relational. So it's just extrinsic towards the goodness of the heart itself. So I think that's just like a contradiction of your initial view. It's the goodness.
Wait, where's the
What?
contradiction? Where's the
Yeah,
contradiction?
What does it mean for something to be intrinsically good?
For something to be intrinsically good is if it can benefit us in some kind of way that it will allow us to flourish. So if something is intrinsically good, it's going to be good in the instance where, like, for example, the heart is going to pump blood and create blood for me so that I can not only have oxygen, but I can also have blood pumping through the system, giving me necessary substance so that I can be able to live in a normal live in a healthy manner. So if I don't have the heart, I'm not going to have blood pumping through the system. I'm not going to have oxygen going to the lungs. So therefore, I'm not going to be flourishing. So it's going to be intrinsically good for us to have the heart that works properly because I will be able to have the means necessary to continue on a sustainable life.
Yeah, but that's just. I mean, they're only good insofar as they enable flourishing, but by themselves, they're not necessarily good, or improvements to one's life.
Well, do you understand the difference in value? That just because something is not valuable in it of itself does not mean that it's not valuable in every instance.
What do you
Like, for
mean?
example, we could say that something honestly,
Instrumentally
I don't even
valuable?
know. Those are examples
But
of
if you're
different
saying
types
it's
of value.
only valuable because it's an instrument, then I don't necessarily see how it would be intrinsically valuable. It seems there's a distinction between instrumental value and intrinsic value. I mean, like, do you understand?
Yeah, I understand what you mean. I don't know why you're calling it intrinsically valuable. I mean,
you said
I'll
it's
honestly,
intrinsically. I mean, you said it's intrinsically good, and good.
I'll,
Is I mean,
okay,
good
I'll
is
honestly,
wait. Good is an evaluative term,
yeah.
at least thinly. That And if it's an evaluative term, it means that in some way something is valuable or has value.
I'll
Always
honestly
count,
accept
count
that.
interest in
Yeah, I'll
value.
honestly accept that blunder. I'll accept that blunder. But
It's
what I'm
okay.
trying to say is that it's going to be instrumentally valuable for the human being. There's different types of value. Just because something is not intrinsically good does not mean that it's not good at all. You see what I mean? It could still be instrumentally good. It could still be good for some kind of purpose. You see what I'm saying?
So you're basically dropping. Okay, yeah, I think it's gonna have instrumental value, but because that thing has instrumental value, doesn't necessarily mean the thing itself is valuable. Outside of what it can do for, let's say, another person,
What do you
or how it can be
If
used for a
something
means
is
to an end.
instrumentally valuable, it's going to be valuable. That's the point.
Okay, if I have a hammer, and there's no one to use this hammer, it's just its instrumental value is nothing. Um, so that just means the hammer itself is not valuable outside of being useful in relation to another person who needs it as a means to their end. It doesn't.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean it's
A hammer doesn't have ends in and of itself to which makes it valuable intrinsically. So if we put if
it's
we
going
have
to be.
if we have an isolation test whereby we have this hammer that exists and remove all the extrinsic factors, what would make this hammer valuable? Surely it can't be valuable because of itself. It's valuable, like you said, for instrumental reasons. Just because something is valuable for instrumental reasons doesn't mean the item is valuable in of itself.
Again, like this thing that you're claiming is not going to be like it's valuable because it's instrumentally valuable. You claiming that it's not going to be valuable in isolation, it's still not going to be true because its main purpose is to have some kind of instrumental purpose. So even if it was in isolation, we could still argue that what it's meant to do is still going to make it valuable.
So
So
you're
so
saying
still.
if you had a hammer, for example, that is made to, let's say, nail in to put in nails or whatever, that this hammer would still be valuable even though its value is only instrumental because it was made for a purpose.
Yeah,
Is
it
this
was
what you're
made for
saying?
some kind of purpose.
I think this is a blunder, by the way. Or you know what? It's not a blunder. I agree that the hammer is valuable insofar it has insofar it helps or aids another person, but like it's valuable because of what it's able to do to further again the ends of another individual. I said this before, but the hammer is not intrinsically good. You'd agree, right?
The hammer's not going to be like okay. So we can just
Or
argue
it's
that
not
it's going to be
intrinsically valuable.
okay. So we can just argue that it's going to be intrinsically good because of its instrumental value. So if
What?
something has here, I'll build up on that. So if we're talking about instrumental value and what makes it valuable, being that it's going to have some kind of purpose when it comes to like let's say a human being using that hammer, the hammer is going to be intrinsically good because of its instrumental property. So well, like for example, we talk about okay, the hammer can it can like basically place nails into the wood or embed nails into the wood through human intervention. So we're just going to argue that the hammer is going to be intrinsically valuable because of its instrumental properties. You see what I mean? It's similar to that's all I really have to say for the hammer. You see what I'm saying? So arguing that instrumental properties are going to negate any intrinsic worth, it's just not going to be true, right? So again, I'll still keep the blunder that I stated that it's intrinsic, but it's instrumentally valuable. That's not why I made a blunder. I would say I made a blunder because I didn't stay true or consistent with that argument. So yeah,
Okay.
pretty much.
I mean, again, that all right. I just say that's just a contradiction in terms, because remember,
Not
intrinsic.
really.
I'll explain. So just
Hmm.
let's get the terms clear. Intrinsically good means like good in itself, regardless of how it's used or the consequences. Instrumentally good, right? Is literally just like means to an end. You can put it in Kantian terms if you want, but it produces something else that is good. The source of value is not coming from itself.
Hmm. No, it is coming from itself because the instrumental value, the instrumental purpose of this thing is is coming out of what it is. So a hammer is going to have some kind of ability to punch nails into let's say a piece of wood because of how it's designed and its properties. For example, it's going to be made out of metal most likely, or it could be made out of some kind of material that that it's comprised of. This is what's going to allow it to have the instrumental purpose. So therefore,
Okay.
it's going to have intrinsic value. So you see where I'm going? You see where I'm getting with this,
Not really.
bro?
I'm sorry. Well, like that's just
Nah,
like a
it's fine.
contradiction of terms. Like you're saying because something is instrumentally good, that just means that that thing is now intrinsically good. There's a distinction between these terms because one literally means good in itself, and the other means good because it enables something else that is good. Again, being used as a means to another end. Like if you had a broken hammer, surely the hammer no longer has or has lower instrumental value. And if it has lower to no instrumental value, it would follow that the hammer is no longer intrinsically valuable, which is just a contradiction in the sense that the hammer should be intrinsically valuable whether or not someone it has no instrumental value. Right.
I see the problem here. The comparison between the hammer and the human being is going to be disanalogous because of what you basically just explained why it's disanalogous. I mean,
We're not
you're,
even talking about human beings at this point. We're simply you simply said that hammer is going to be because it's instrumentally valuable. It's going to be instrumentally valuable. It's going to be intrinsically valuable as well. We're just talking within that scope. It just seems incorrect to have that statement since a broken hammer for sure doesn't have much or have less in instrumental value or no instrumental value depending on how broken it is, but surely if it is intrinsically valuable, the hammer should have value whether or not it has instrumental value. You understand? Like let's say human beings have value for this hypothetically, terrible hypothetical, but let's say human beings have value because they can work in the society that they live in under some terrible theory, right? But let's say they no longer can work. They no longer are instrumentally valuable to that society. Would you just say that human being is not intrinsically valuable anymore?
no, not necessarily
No.
because
So
because
yeah, go ahead. But so if a
what
hammer is broken and it no longer has instrumental value, and you're saying it has intrinsic goodness because it has instrumental value,
well,
it seems like its intrinsic goodness no longer is there because it's you understand? It just sounds like a
and that's why we
contradiction of
don't
term.
and that's why we don't base things on physical properties because these physical
No, I
properties
mean,
could be hindered by some kind of disability, right?
but
So that's
surely,
why we don't value the physical
but you
properties
made the
because
claim
they
that, the hammer is instrumentally valuable, therefore it's intrinsically valuable. I didn't make that claim.
right. I understand that, but that's because like we could argue that the hammer has some kind of original purpose, to do what it's meant to do, but because of some kind of outside factor, it cannot do that any longer because its physical property is damaged in such a way that it cannot do it anymore. So
Yeah,
like
but
I'm
if
just
that's
trying
the
to
case,
show you.
if we're going by what you said, external factors change it, therefore the instrumental value is no longer there. It looks like its intrinsic goodness is relational to extrinsic factors. That would just be like a contradiction again. Like I don't understand.
You got me. You got me.
It's okay.
Yeah.
By the way, I was reading a book and live streaming, so I didn't I forgot to end that live stream on my channel.
Oh, okay. Wait, did you record this?
I'm live streaming. I was reading a book, and then you said I should. You called me, and I forgot to turn off the live
Uh
stream.
oh no. Who's watching? Who's
No one's
watching?
watching. It's a dead channel, bro. Chill.
Oh, okay, okay. Cause like you're below me on the tier list, and if I lose, like since I lost, could that demote me in a way?
Bro, I don't even care about the tier list, dude.
Okay, thank God. Yeah, I mean, but yeah,
At 10-3, but a pot is frying oil in the background.
you're below me. But yeah, that's all I've got to say. Um,
It's okay. I mean, I wonder. What's going on? Is there a big debate going on? Why is everyone in 1VC? I want to see it.
Yeah, what's going on? Let's see that.
I'm gonna go.
People say I low. If I go to, I low. Yo, Vic.